Hi, friends! Welcome to Nature Check's Arda Campaign, the show where you come for the game and stay for the science. Happy Halloween! Today is our 31st episode on October 31st. So we must be doing something right. I know.
We planned that.
Yeah. We didn't, but as fate would have it, here we are. All right, I'm checking to make sure I didn't mess up any of the tech this time, but we look like we're good to go. So hi, I'm Sheryl, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm the dungeon master for the Arda Campaign, but tonight I'm Captain Stominel Laughshield of the ship the Guerre Lady. I'm also, in real life, a PhD student studying ecology at the University of Illinois at Chicago, and when I'm not doing research, I'm a science communicator and the host of the Roving Naturalist on YouTube. Next, we've got Nancy.
Hi everybody, my name is Nancy. I'm an entomologist, which means that I study bugs, and I didn't get the memo that we were supposed to dress up like our characters, so I just dressed up for Halloween. So I am a Raven from Teen Titans. I play Kay, a roguish young woman, singular. Our pronouns are she, her. I think that's everything. Loud airplane.
Your job. What do you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
Money.
Oh, what do I do? Right. I think, didn't I say I was an entomologist? Anyway, I normally do tourism, but that's not happening right now. So I have a YouTube channel and run online courses about entomology.
Learn things from Nancy. Next, we've got Ryan.
Hello, I'm Ryan. I'm another entomologist. There's a lot of us on this. But I do plant health care, which means I do entomology and plant pathology and horticulture and plant physiology and all the other things that go into keeping plants healthy. I work in a public garden, so I also do a lot of education on sustainable landscaping, pollinators, pesticide safety, all of those kinds of things. And in our game, and my costume is Fletcher, who is a human wizard. And both of our pronouns are he, him, his.
Fantastic. Then there's Joe.
Hi, I'm Joe. I'm a PhD student at the University of Wyoming. I am currently dressed as a hastily written grant proposal. I study weed crop interactions, trying to figure out how they fight. And my pronouns are he, him. I play Lucanus, our resident barbarian, and their pronouns are he, they.
Then there's Cindy.
Hey, I'm Cindy, she, her. I'm a science enthusiast and play an Andorian engineer over on Heroes of Awesome Constellation, over on the Weirdlings Twitch and YouTube channels, but here I am playing and dressed as Nautia, the water method druid.
So sparkly. And then there's Peter.
Hey, I'm Peter. I use he pronouns, and I wish that I had been less specific about the clothes that my character wears with anticipating dressing as him. Because now I'll never own clothes that are that specifically tailored without a lot of effort. So, and especially not when I'm living out of a suitcase. So I'm a lumberjack. That's what I'm doing tonight. Yeah, and that's okay. Yeah. See, I got my axe. So that's the whole costume there. I play Cedric. And in my day-to-day life, I work for University of Maryland Extension, teaching people about agriculture. And I am also an entomologist.
It's catching. If you are watching us live right now, like Biker Dave and Qui-Gon Bowers, and oh my gosh, there are a lot of people watching us. Hello, everyone. Yeah, if you are watching us live right now, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you spending your Halloween with us. As always, if you have any questions for the cast, put them in the chat. They're all hanging out and can answer your questions there, or if we see something we want to talk about in the game, we will address it as well. So ask us all the questions. That's why we're here, because we want to talk to you. Be sure to also check out the reference section down below in our panels below the Twitch screen for the social media handles for everyone on the Nature Check cast. And if you are not able to watch us live or you want to share us with your friends, you can, as always, find the sessions for our TTRPG games and just for our TTRPG games, in video form on our YouTube channel and in podcast form everywhere. So that includes all of the back episodes of Burn, all of the episodes of the Arda Campaign, and the episodes of the one-shots that we have started doing. So like our first one with the Wagadu Chronicles and our second one that's coming up next week, those will also be available. Peter's laughing because the Wagadu Chronicles game was such a goofy fun time. It was great.
Oh my god, it was so good.
It was so good. You already know this because you hear it from every creator on the internet, but follows, subscriptions, comments, shares, reviews, smashing the like button, and all that good stuff really help us out on all of our platforms, so thank you for doing those things as well. And special announcement time. We would like to say that for the entire month of November, which begins tomorrow, all of our TTRPG and video game streams will be raising funds for the CDC Foundation's COVID relief efforts through a campaign on Tiltify. So you can check out the panels below our Twitch starting tomorrow. Or you can check out the panels below on our Twitch for the entire November gaming schedule, and check our Twitter, Twitch, or the show notes for the link to the Tiltify fundraising campaign. Please, if you're able, help us support those in need during the pandemic through this relief fund. And different tiers of donation amounts will provide you with different perks through the games. So everything from reminding the gamers to take a drink of water to asking us to do push-ups. You donate money and we do ridiculous things. So yeah, with all of those announcements out of the way, my nose ring is not going to stay on for this whole game. But with all the announcements out of the way, let's get started with the Arda game for tonight. Everything changed when the gods left Lacedes. The world became a complicated place. For almost a century, people fought with one another and struggled to find new ways of being. The loss of the gods also made the continent of Arda newly accessible to the outside races, and humans from Tenebria established New Seychester as an outpost city on Arda's southern shore. In the spring of 972, 4 young people from different lands encountered one another in New Seychester. Although their alliance was first formed out of necessity, curiosity, and coin, they have now come to trust and rely upon one another as they explore a strange new world. Fletcher, a human wizard, collects samples and takes copious notes about everything they encounter in Arda, as he hopes to publish on his discoveries and make a name for himself. Cedric, a dwarven cleric, came to Arda to share the word of Moradin, but in the meantime he's met a lot of new and diverse people and learned to rely on his friends when the going gets tough. Lucanus, an elven barbarian, seems either to be running from or towards something, but he hasn't let his dark past prevent him from working with and protecting his newfound companions. Kay, a roguish young woman, is new to the violence and adventure of the broader world, but her desire to make a difference and do the right thing to help the people she cares about pushes her forward. And Nautia, a mephit from the elemental plane of water, was trapped on Arda while partying when the loss happened. Now that the river she relies upon has become poisoned, she's teamed up with this unlikely group of adventurers to save her home. Last time, you spent a day making sure your supplies were all in order and drying out after a night of camping in a thunderstorm. While on watch the next night, Lucanus saw a strange light and heard a noise. He and Cedric followed the light through the fog until they arrived at a marsh, where Cedric was immediately attacked by a carnivorous plant. The boys also found a small knoll child named Achille in the marsh. They brought her back to camp, and in the morning, all of you returned her to the Longclaw clan, where the adult gnolls were grateful to have her back. You headed north to pursue your original goal, but you encountered a strange circle of grass and flowers that seemed familiar to Kay. After investigating the circle, you decided to wait until nightfall to see if the moon's light would change anything. And you were right. As the moon shone down and the flowers began to glow, a hatch-like door opened in the center of the circle and revealed a set of stone stairs. At the bottom of the stairs, Kay triggered a pressure plate trap, and you all had to dispatch a shower of small venomous snakes. It is the night of Selunem, or Moon Day, the first day of Bright Run, and you are standing at the bottom of the stairs with snake bits scattered all around you. In front of you, you can see a hallway stretching as far as your sight can reach, and there is a doorway or hallway branching, one on each to the right and left that you can see. What would you like to do now?
Cedric is like, I thought we were going to check for traps this time.
You think they kept the snakes alive?
That's a really good question.
I did check for traps. I tried. I didn't see. Did you see me slide down on my butt and like gently poke the floor with my foot? I didn't sense anything, but like I sensed something. You know.
Mm-hmm. You mean you
sorry.
sensed that like click noise right before the snakes fell on you?
That's the thing that I sensed.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like that other door in that other temple we're in that I sensed the whatever exploded as soon as I opened it. It was kind of like that.
You sense snakes falling.
Yeah.
I'm-
Yeah, it was my snake sense.
I mean, at some point we all sense snakes falling.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
My
I'm
favorite M.
definitely-
Night Shyamalan movie, The Snake Sense.
Okay.
I
What? Where are we going? What are we doing?
Moving-
I'm opening the game. I was the least valuable player right now. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah. Look at your map. Tell me.
Currently,
where
you see a straight hallway.
Well, there's a straight
There's a
hallway.
door.
And you can see about 60-ish feet ahead of you for those of you with dark vision. Or I guess the Fletcher's lantern went out because Cedric took the candle out and threw it on the oily snakes.
No, I have another candle.
Okay.
I have multiple candles. You can
Okay. So
and that one is not. He threw it, but I can pick it back up and use it again.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna recover it, but
Okay.
I have more candles.
and
Okay.
it probably
the candle
wasn't.
exploded.
It
Sorry,
probably
Jeff.
wasn't even his primary candle. I mean, Fletcher seems like a guy who would keep backup candles.
I would assume so.
Yeah, it was a side candle.
side candle.
Side candle.
It's like one of those
I
colored birthday
got
candles that
candles
you've got
in
in a
different
drawer
area
somewhere.
codes.
Oh, is it a trick candle where you light it and it starts singing? Okay, so you relight
New
your lantern.
cursed item.
So right? Oh my gosh, that's a good one. Anyway, takes notes. Okay, so you have your lantern relit, which means that everybody can see approximately 60-ish feet down the hallway from where you are standing at the bottom of the stairs. There's a stone masonry hallway. It looks kind of familiar in construction, stretching out before you, and you can see, even though the light obviously doesn't illuminate more than just sort of like you can see the openings, but you can see that there is an opening a few feet ahead of you on the right, and then an opening slightly farther down the hallway on your left as well. So you can go right, left, straight, whatever.
So
This thing here, is that a door or is that an opening?
What thing where?
Can I click? I don't know how to make the clicky.
There is
Oh,
a door.
to the
Yeah.
right? That there is in fact a door there. Yeah, if you like go in that direction, and yeah.
I'm gonna, I think, walk forward with Kay as she goes to the door, but Fletcher instead turns to the left and just shines the lantern down whatever that opening is to see if it's like, is it another hallway or a room or what's going on, just to see what's there.
Okay. Let me reveal some of that. So to the left, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50. Okay. So to the left, you can see a wide hallway. So it's kind of like a hallway and kind of like a room. And it's got some sort of dilapidated cabinets on both sides of it. And you can see maybe at the edge of where your light stretches down this broad corridor, it looks like maybe the remains of a table and some chairs. You're not quite sure what might be beyond there because your light doesn't stretch super far. But yeah, so Kay, the opening to your right is in fact a door, and then Fletcher has illuminated to the left. Oh, and I should illuminate a little farther this way as well. Okay, so Fletcher, where you're standing, yeah, you can see this hallway to the left with the cabinets, and you can also, you've now illuminated farther in front of you this, the main hallway that's straight from the stairs keeps going, it appears.
You think I should look at this door, Fletcher?
Well, do you want to check the door, or would you like to help me look through this hallway? Because the last time we were in one of these places and I decided to check out some books on my own, I got covered in spiders. So
That is
I would
true.
like to have
All right.
somebody with me again this time. So
There were
I'll stick with
spiders.
you.
All right. Well, let's look out at your books then.
Okay.
Move me.
Now I think there's also a desk down there. Maybe we can see if there's anything in there. Maybe we could use. Maybe maybe there's a key. Maybe so if the door is trapped, maybe we can use a key instead.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a smart thinker because apparently I'm not as good at finding traps as I thought I was. Like,
Hey, Cedric, you want to search these cabinets?
Are Kay and Fletcher going down to search the cabinets, or are they searching the desk?
We're gonna walk to the end and look at the desk first, and like start at the end. So if you're right behind us, then yeah, we could all like turn into this little hallway.
All right, yeah, you take the two on that side of the hallway, and I'll take the two on this side of the hallway. And remember to check for traps first, Lucanus.
I'm not the one who fell down last time, dude.
Well,
Like,
He
let's
made,
be
he
honest.
made
I'm
man.
just
all
saying-
of us fall down, technically.
There's a lot of
But it was
animosity
his
in this
fault.
group about the last dungeon. I felt like it was a good learning experience. That was that
do you guys hear a voice talking about learning experiences? Where's that coming from?
that last
I-
dungeon was the training wheels dungeon.
So definitely check for traps. They're twice
oh,
as
check
deadly
for
here.
traps.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Okay, who's doing what?
We almost died to a bunch of spiders last time, you guys.
I mean, as long as Cedric doesn't get us into another game of Ring Around the Rosie,
Oh, with the
it ends with us
No
all
promises.
falling down.
Oh,
No promises.
I see. Okay.
I
Yeah.
got
So you're in this broad hallway, or you're at the entrance to this broad hallway that comes off of sort of the main thoroughfare. And yeah, there are 4 big, sort of dilapidated looking cabinets, 2 on each side. So I see Cedric going up to one of them. Yeah. What would you like to do?
Okay, shall we go down to that desk?
Yeah, let's do it. Do you want me to look for traps along the way? Do you think like anything's gonna fall out of the ceiling again?
I'd say let's keep our eyes open. If one of those steps was strapped, there's no telling that any of these floor tiles could be pressure plates too.
Notice how far you
I
walk
guess
down the
I'll-
hallway without checking. You can do another search check. Yes.
22, 3.
22, 3, 23.
23. I count it. I have 5 fingers I can count.
Okay.
18 plus 5.
So there do not appear to be any traps on the floorway of this large hallway that you're in now.
Well, there doesn't seem to be anything, but last time I thought that snakes fell out of the ceiling, so
Well, but they weren't a problem.
all right.
I mean,
Being
We'll
empathetic
go
about
down to
traps.
the desk.
all it really ended up being was dinner, so.
Fletcher's the
Dead,
only one that got bit, and he's saying they're not a problem, so they're not a problem.
Fletcher is not, you probably have noticed, is not nearly as apt to always be hanging back as a lot of wizards would be.
I appreciate that. I like that.
I walk forward through places and do all that, like...
Yeah. Okay, so I will continue revealing now that you and Kay have sort of entered this... Oh god, what's happening, computer? Oh no. Sorry, please hold. My laptop screen is weird. Okay, so with your lantern, you can now see, so this broad hallway where Lucanus and Cedric are at the cabinets. Nautia's kind of there with them. And Kay and Cedric, you've walked all the way down into this sort of like larger, it almost looks like it might have been like a meeting room or something. It's a rectangular room with 2 old tables surrounded by damaged chairs. Again, it looks old and decrepit and not kept up and not recently used. There's another cabinet in the far corner, next to a set of broad double doors.
I'm gonna roll a search check for the cabinets real quick.
Okay. Yeah. Search check for the 2 cabinets on the left. 12. Okay. They do 12 and a 3.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. They do not appear to be trapped or locked. But you also don't find anything in them, or like nothing of use. There's some like bits and scraps of stuff, but nothing that seems especially useful. Cedric, with a 4 on the cabinets on the right-hand side, again, they don't appear to be trapped or locked, and when you open them, again, there's some bits of stuff, random bits of cloth or leather or wood or metal or stone or, just pieces of things that, were not valuable enough to be taken when whoever was the last one in here left.
When I pull up the drawer and like the handle comes off, I just like set it on top. Hope nobody noticed.
Okay. And then Kay and Fletcher, you are in this room with the 2 sort of decrepit tables, chairs, and another big cabinet, and then 2 doors. Or a set of double doors, I guess.
So were these, in this room, these were like flat top, like desktop tables, not like desks with drawers?
No, yeah, this is like a, you can kind of see in the picture, but it's like a kitchen table type table, right?
Okay.
Or like
I was thinking of like an office desk.
Oh,
okay.
No, these aren't desks. They're like conference tables.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then.
But without the little outlet pop-up thing.
No, there is one. That's where you put your candle in.
Oh!
That's so good.
Smart.
It's like a pop-up candelabra. You like press it and it just like pops up.
I love it.
So useful.
Well, I guess let's go check out that big cabinet. Well, and we should check to see if there's any traps or anything weird with it first.
I will, I guess, do another search check.
Okay, you're searching the big cabinet?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
14.
14. Puppies. 14, the cabinet does not appear to be trapped or locked. You can open it. Again, there's like bits of stuff, some like random corners of parchment or some rolls of parchment that don't have anything written on them, but nothing that seems to like, pique your interest or seem valuable. Yeah.
Well, whole lot of nothing. But double doors usually only go on entryways into large or important spaces. And I think we may want to continue through here before we go back to the hallway.
Okay. So.
Did you guys find anything? I haven't found anything yet.
No, we haven't found anything either.
And there's nothing to fight.
Please don't say that again.
Knock on wood.
What was that? My
Kay
very
is
pointy ears didn't
tapping.
hear that.
No.
Kay is like tapping all the wood things. Like, no.
That's when a like fire minotaur comes down the hallway.
Takes
Please no.
notes. Fire minotaur. Sounds spicy.
I feel like
I hate all of you.
You say that like once an episode.
Yeah, but normally it's Kay saying that she hates all of you. This time it's me saying I hate all of you.
Oh, we're being specific.
A fire
Yes.
minotaur. It's just a monster made of like Carolina Reaper peppers. Like when you hit it, it just like splashes pepper spray into your eyes.
oh, that sounds horrible. Oh my
so much
god.
capsaicin.
Takes
I would
notes.
rather fight an actual fire minotaur.
I mean,
Would you be immune to that creature if you were an Aarakocra because you're a bird
Ooh.
and you can't sense the
Ooh.
capsaicin?
Well, could they still sense it in their eyes and other like sensitive mucus memories, and it's just not their tongue? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how
I
birds
don't
work.
know.
I hear the
Those,
Somebody go
those
find a
sprays are
bird.
not rated to be sprayed directly onto birds, so I don't know.
I hear the
If you-
Portland police hired one like a few months ago.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So, as you might have guessed, there is no fire minotaur down here. So,
Yet.
yes. There's a lot more dungeon to go. What? Okay, so So yeah, you haven't found anything in any of these cabinets or on or around these tables, but there are the double doors in front of you.
Did somebody check them for traps?
Not yet.
Not yet. You want me to
Not
check
it.
it for traps? I will check it for traps.
You will check it for traps.
20.
20. These double doors do not appear to be trapped or locked.
They do not appear to be trapped or locked. Kay just like walks over, I guess, and goes like whoosh.
And you push the doors open?
I guess so.
Okay.
Seemed
big
like a good idea at
dramatic,
the
like,
time.
I love it.
Pushing
Yeah.
both open.
Love. Okay, so I have revealed blah blah blah. And now, anybody who is standing with Kay in the doorway, can you make a perception check so I can describe this room to you as well?
Oh, God damn it. I didn't write
21.
perception.
21.
Wait. Run Sutton, please.
10.
16.
$11. It was not very good.
So everybody got above a 10 though, right?
I got a 10.
Okay, you got a 10. Okay, yeah, that's enough.
I got a 19.
Marvelous. Okay, yeah, so as you all stand at these double doors that Kay sort of dramatically pushed open, you can see in front of you a larger room with another wooden, like almost again like a kitchen table in the center, more cabinets in one corner, several what appear to be like bed frames on both sides of the room, and a door in the wall to your right. And everybody who got more than a 15 also noticed you saw some sort of movement, like Fletcher's lantern, because there's a candle, like it's flickering, but you saw some flickering in the room that seemed out of sync. Something seemed not right about the way the light was moving in this room.
Hey, Cedric.
I'm glad I didn't see that.
So wait,
Where was it? Just in the room in general, or was it somewhere specific?
You couldn't pinpoint like a place and be like, haha, there was something weird there. It's just like something about the way the light is moving or reflecting or bouncing in this room just felt off to you.
okay, and it's specifically like the light from Fletcher's lantern. It moved weirdly in this room.
I mean, that is the light source.
the only light. Okay,
Yeah.
there's no other light source. Okay.
No.
I
Huh.
don't like this room.
Well,
Cedric, did you
yeah.
see that?
Yeah, I did.
I don't like that either.
Yeah.
What did you guys
I feel like
see?
there's
Like
something.
what?
It was like a weird, like almost like a shimmery kind of the light. It looked like it was bouncing off something or
It's like
or
Something
moving.
was under a blanket but invisible.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I feel like there's something weird happening in here, and when I think weird, I think magic, and so yeah, I think maybe there's some magic stuff happening in here or something. It's my thought.
Fletcher,
Like
do you have
bad
detect
magic?
magic handy? Fletcher, do
I
you
can
have
only
detect
cast it once,
Mm.
and this doesn't seem quite like an important enough space.
That is Lucanus standing there inside the door, right? What's your armor class?
Oh no.
Your wish is
15
coming true.
15, I think.
What was that?
15, I think.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So, all of a sudden, as you're standing there and sort of deliberating with your friends, you feel like coldness touch on your right side there by the wall. And
Oh God.
That didn't sound good.
I rolled max
I've learned to
damage,
hate
guys.
that particular grin. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I
Yeah,
rolled-
when she
I rolled max damage, you guys. That's always
She's trying to hide her glee from everyone.
good way to start off. It's like also shock though. Like, okay. So Lucanus, you feel this coldness touch you, and all of a sudden it's like somebody hit you in the chest with a sledgehammer. You are just so weak all of a sudden. Like,
Oh, yeah,
Worse-
there's something wrong with this
Not
room, guys.
again.
worse than the last time you were sick. And this might be a good time for y'all to roll initiative as I
Oh, god damn it.
update your stats to subtract 6 from your strength because it rolled max damage.
Oh, shit.
6 from your
Just-
strength?
Yeah.
Just Lucanus or all of us?
Just Lucanus.
Yeah, just the one guy who really relies on his strength.
Just the
Yeah,
person
just
who was
the one strong person.
Yeah.
is
just
now
the person who was standing in the room, guys.
I was in the doorway.
You're the one that was in the room.
How can we roll initiative when we don't even see anything to fight?
Well, I mean, he yelled, "Oh, there's something wrong."
We don't have to
so-
see it for it to engage us.
Exactly. Alrighty. Who has did everybody roll?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, anybody over 20?
No.
No. Okay. 15 to 20.
Nope.
You got a 19 plus
initiative?
something.
No, that was an old. I thought
You just rolled a
Yeah,
19.
yeah, that's a 19. Yeah.
Oh, was that? I thought
Yep.
that was for the perception check.
No.
No, you
it's
just
the
did that.
unofficial.
Yeah, you just did that. Okay.
19
Yeah, you're good.
plus 2, so
okay,
21.
21. Okay, thank you. Okay, so 21 for Lucanus. And then that was the only one above 15, is that right? Yeah? Okay. 10 to 15?
Yeah, I got 13.
14?
Wait, okay.
13.
Oh, God. Okay, so...
Oh,
Wait, so Kay, did you say 14? Okay,
Uh-huh.
so Kay is 14.
And then the three of us got a 13.
Lordy! Okay, so who has the highest dex out of all of you?
Probably Nautia.
What's your dex?
I'm only 10 on Dex.
Only
I have a-
Oh,
14
you have a
on
14
dex.
on dex.
I also have a 14 on Dex.
Roll you two.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Dexy
Roll,
dwarf.
roll what? A d20?
Yeah, just re-roll your
Yeah,
dex.
why do you have such a high Dex?
I don't remember. 19.
Yeah, it's Peter.
Okay, so 13 for Cedric, and then 13 for Fletcher, and then 13.
I'm gonna imagine that like the three of
Nautia.
us do that thing where you try and go through a doorway at the same time, and like all of our shoulders like bump into each other. It's like,
I'll get
no.
stuck.
But then you all back up.
We're all doing the hallway thing where we're like, oh, no,
Yeah.
I go, okay, what? But it's somehow
like a-
with 3 people.
And they're all like, no, you go first. No, you.
Wait.
It's like if the Three Stooges had medieval weapons.
Yep.
Oh,
Basically.
wow. Okay, so...
Describes a lot of our campaign.
Okay, wow. So, Qui-Gon Bowers has redeemed an advantage on a check or a save for all of you. So you each get one of those.
Yay!
Thanks,
Whoa.
Qui-Gon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Qui-Gon. So that's on a check or a save. So you've got those. So keep track of those, because I don't want to have to, because that's a lot of things to keep track of.
That's
okay.
fair.
And then we have... Okay, so Lucanus, you are going first.
All right, so I'm gonna be in rage mode here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna attack with a greatsword, and this is just gonna be blind because we obviously cannot see, what we're doing.
That was only damage. You need to roll an attack first.
Oh shoot! Let's see. Let's see. Base attack, grapple. Crap, where's attack again?
Hold on. I've got it. Lucanus Rage, and you said Greatsword?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Start.
13 will not hit.
Whoops.
So you rolled a 13 with your great sword, but that will not hit. Because you are swinging at, you can't see anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Blind swing.
Right. But it is now their turn. So,
Meh.
Was that a singular or plural they?
wouldn't you like to know? Okay, so Fletcher, what's your armor class?
Nothing.
Would a 16
12.
a 16
Oh, yeah,
would
it's
hit
only-
you? Okay.
Yeah, it's only 12.
This is gonna be rough.
Ugh.
Okay, you take 4 points of strength damage. And a 6 does not hit Cedric. Nope.
Strength damage? You mean
Strength
just
damage
like
from your strength score. So whatever your
there's okay.
not the modifier, just like
No, the score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what is... I mean, I guess Fletcher's strength has to be like 10, right? So it's like 4.
Yeah, no, it. Oh yeah, and what do I use strength for?
Yeah. Your lantern, you're like...
it feels very heavy all of a sudden. Yeah. Yeah. So, Cedric, you feel like a presence in the wall next to you. But nothing happens to you. But Fletcher, it feels like it reaches out of the wall on your left, and touches you, and you feel this cold, and then all of a sudden feel very weak. And it is now Kay's turn.
Hey, Cedric, have you tried praying to that god of yours?
Maybe I will on my turn.
Can I try and do a perception check?
Yeah.
See if I could see it, I
Sure.
guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that, she says. All right, come on, die. I got a natural 20, plus my perception is 27.
Wow.
Shit.
Wow.
You can see through time and space.
The time knife.
Yeah. So, where were
someone can see
you?
something.
We've all seen the time knife.
Where specifically were you looking?
I was looking at the two walls because I'm assuming that I would have seen both like Lucanus and Fletcher kind of go like, ugh,
Okay.
you know, like.
Yeah. So, kind of like as you see Fletcher react, you see a dark, shadowy hand recede into the wall.
I would not stand next to the walls, guys. There was like some.
Is the wall the monster?
I don't know, but there's a hand coming out of it, so I would not stand there if I were you. Am I allowed to do an action of some sort?
Well, yeah, Lucanus, you can't move yet. Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Looking was like basically a free action. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna like back the fuck up.
Okay.
Yeah, I think back the fuck up is a bonus action. I feel like it's a special rogue action. Oh no.
It's like when a cat gets their head stuck in something and they just keep backing up. That was a very accurate portrayal. Okay, Kay, you looked, you moved. Are you doing anything else? Are you good?
Can I do anything else?
I mean, not really, but
Okay,
I
then
just
I don't
wasn't
do
sure if you
anything
had
else.
any other ideas. But okay, then it is Cedric's turn.
Okay.
Get away from the wall.
Peter is getting an undead vibe from here. Does Cedric get an undead vibe? That's what I'm asking. Like a ghost kind of feel. That's how I'm feeling about this.
Like I said, you felt the coldness near you, but you saw both of your friends react, and there are no physical wounds on them, but they appear to be weak. And so both of those things would make you feel like it might be undead. Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. So I don't have to do a check or anything like that. I'm just like, oh no.
It's a pretty good instinct.
We're not having any of this. I'm gonna try and turn undead.
Okay.
Again.
Do that. Do you remember how, or do you need me to open
No,
it
it's
to that
super
page?
complicated.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just looking at it. So do a turning check. It's a charisma check plus. Yeah, it's just a charisma check, right? So
my player's handbook is not in this room. Oops.
It's a charisma check. Oh no! Oh, that's Lucanus's sheet. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
From his reaction, I wasn't sure if it was Lucanus's sheet or Joe's sheet.
That was a 3, folks. Okay, so that was.
Oh, that's not any better.
I mean, technically, it's 2 better.
Cedric, is this a check or a save? It's a check.
Yes, it is. It is. Thank you, Qui-Gon Powers. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I'm definitely just gonna waste this though because I've never cast a successful.
You did once.
16.
Oh,
16. Okay. So do you have the chart up that tells you how many whatchamacallits, or do I have to go get my book?
Yes.
Quick? Okay.
A 16 is a cleric's level plus 2.
Cleric's level plus 2 what?
Maximum hit dice.
Maximum hit dice. Okay. Cleric's level plus 2. So you are a 3rd level cleric plus 2. So maximum is 5 hit dice of creatures is the maximum you can... Or no, a 5 hit die creature is the maximum that you could affect. Okay. Yes. And now you roll to figure out how many hit dice of creatures you affect.
Right, which is... Oh, man.
This is such
damage. Okay, yes, so...
This is such a good effect, they had to make it really complicated, because otherwise it would just be broken.
It's, So, okay, I'm trying to figure out what I roll. It's 2d6 plus my cleric level plus my charisma modifier.
That sounds right.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it. See what happens.
9 plus 3 plus 2. No, plus 1. So, 13.
So 13. Okay. That's how many hit dice total?
Yes.
You can affect? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so what is the rule on, like, what does it say about destroying versus fleeing?
If you have twice as many levels or more as the undead have hit dice, you destroy any that you would normally turn. Turned undead flee from you by they flee for 10 rounds. If they cannot flee, they cower. If I approach within 10 feet of them, they overcome being turned. I can stand within 10 feet of them during the turning effect. I just can't approach them. Yeah.
Okay.
I can attack them with ranged attacks.
Right.
And others can attack them in any fashion without breaking the turning effect.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that happens on their turn, though, right? That they flee.
Yes. The best and fastest means available to them.
Cool. Okay. So that was Cedric. Then there's Fletcher.
Based on what happened to me and what Kay said she saw, I want to check to see if I recall what kind of like creature this may sound like, that drains strength and is incorporeal and does these sorts of things.
Okay, you wanna
guessing that would be like Arcana because it can do these effects and
yeah, I think Arcana is fine. Mm-hmm.
Okay. $14.
You get the feeling, like Cedric, that it's some sort of incorporeal undead. As far as like what specific kind of incorporeal undead it might be, you're not entirely certain. Because you didn't see it. Not that there's been much to see. But yeah, you definitely get the same vibe as Cedric, that there's something spooky going on in here.
And we can't see anything. Like,
Not
there's
right now.
nothing to target.
Yeah, not right now. There is a way for you to hold your action if you want. And Fletcher, you and Cedric would both probably know this, that like incorporeal undead are usually not affected by non-magical attacks because they're incorporeal. So like mundane weapons just go right through them.
Yeah. Since I had just been affected, I'm gonna take just a single step back, because I don't want something to out of game get another attack on
Right,
me.
yeah.
I'm gonna step away from the double doors from the room that we were standing in front of, and I guess I'm gonna hold my action then.
Okay, so the way holding your action works in this game is actually that you wind up changing your turn in combat. So,
Okay.
like, if you say, I'm going to hold my turn until I can see something to attack it, then that means that your turn becomes immediately before that something. Right? So
Okay.
basically, like, your turn comes immediately prior to whatever triggers your turn. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then yeah, I'm holding until there's something that manifests, like that we know where something is located, rather than just like the wall.
Okay. In that case, it is Nautia's turn.
Boy, oh boy, do I have nothing for this. The moment Kay says get away from the walls, I'm just gonna nope, just to the most center spot and hover.
Oh, so you're off the floor too. Smart.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
And that's pretty much all I got.
Cool. All right. Lucanus, it's your turn again.
I am going to do the very unbarbarian-like thing and move over here.
Okay.
Stow my greatsword, draw the Morning Star, and I have no idea what to do here, so that's my turn.
Okay. All right, and then. Okay. Then oh god, no, that's not what I wanted. Then it's Kay's turn.
Awesome. I've got nothing. I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just gonna wait.
Okay. Anybody else?
Hey, Lucanus, why don't you just try running straight through the middle of the room? Because we don't know how far those arms go. So, like, maybe if you just run straight in the middle, they can't reach you.
No, I'm good.
Do I have a sense of how did my turn on dead spell work? I mean, I feel like I did a better job this time than I have done in the past, but
yeah, you definitely feel more confident. I don't know if the effect actually like lets you know, but like you get the impression because nothing happened during this round that like it appears to have worked. But you don't know if you destroyed things or if they are just fleeing from you, and that means that they could theoretically come back soon. Like you don't like. You get the idea that it worked because you certainly felt more confident about it, and nothing seems to be happening to your friends right now, but yeah, you don't know like what the ultimate result was.
And I don't feel any better, right? I don't feel any better, like stronger.
You didn't lose any strength, but the two of them...
right.
Yeah, the
Yes.
two of them lost the strength. It is temporary ability score damage, yeah.
Yeah, you guys still feeling bad, okay.
Yep.
Run for it, Cedric.
I'm gonna like slowly. Well, I know that if they are just turned, if they're just fleeing from me, if I approach them, it'll ruin the effect. So I'm gonna slowly back out of the room.
Okay.
On guard though, like and very carefully. Yeah, I feel like we should just maybe just avoid this room.
We
Does that
need
sound good?
anything in the room?
Huh?
Just looks like it's full of a bunch of more broken stuff. There's some more of those cabinets in the back of it.
Yeah, there are.
There's another door.
Right. There's another door, there's a few broken bed frames, there's a big table, and there's cabinets. But none of you have been able to investigate any of that because you didn't make it past the doorway.
Right. But there's also another door that way, right? Like pointing to the right of the doorway. I bet that connects.
Fully on
like,
the other side of the dungeon.
right? Like the last dungeon we were in, the doors connected a lot. So I feel like maybe we could just come at that doorway in there from the other direction.
So
Yeah,
Cedric
come back
saying
to
he
this.
wants to run. Does everybody agree?
I am going to take the coward's way out.
Yeah,
We
I
have
can't.
two-
Proud
we
coward.
have 2 coward votes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still feel like someone should just sprint in there. I think the hands are just coming out of the doorway walls. I feel like as long as you stay away from the walls, like, what are they gonna do?
You wanna try it, Kay?
Yeah, look at
As long as it's not
Lucanus. Does he
Cedric.
look okay to you? Like
Do I
he's-
look okay to you?
like he can barely lift his morning star.
I mean, we all know that women are stronger than men anyway. At least
That's
mentally.
true. I think that's a good reason for you to try this.
I could try to fly in.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I just
No.
don't have anything to defend myself with, really.
Lucanus just kind of weakly holds up his morning star.
It's
You want
so
this?
heavy, dude. It's so heavy.
It's really freaking heavy.
That thing probably weighs more than Nautia does.
Maybe.
Are you saying that I could have
She's
been
quite
using
small,
Nautia Daddle
and
the
she's
entire
nice.
time?
No. You cannot use your friends as weapons.
But I want to.
No. Is anybody messing around in this room? What's happening?
I mean, I feel like we could see if it connects first, and then if it doesn't, we can try and run in there. I feel like that's a smart idea.
Is that like an open doorway over there? Or is it like there's a closed door that we
It's
can
a closed door.
Yeah. To quote Qui-Gon Bowers, if I can't punch a ghost,
Mm-hmm.
I
don't
just-
like. I have used Moradin's blessing to drive away the evil influence of the undead, but I have no idea knowing how powerful they are. They may be stronger than I'm capable of channeling. I can.
Oh, sorry.
I can No, you're good. Nadia, I could try and provide you some additional defense if you want to go into that room.
Okay.
I can try punching it again.
It didn't go so well last time.
Yeah.
But I like Nadia and I want to try.
I'm assuming it's been Cedric, you said the turn lasts for a minute, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just reminding you that this conversation has taken a minute or more. So
Okay. Yeah. I'm only able to maintain the turn for a short amount of time, so it's possible that they could have come back if they weren't destroyed outright. I have no way of knowing if they were destroyed outright. It's possible that my divine magic and the might of Moradin were strong enough to crush them into ghost powder, but I don't know.
But it's also
would be
possible
great.
that
It would be great. I don't get any feedback at the end of this. It'd be great if I could pass out a survey to the ghosts. Just get
how
some
would you
like
rate your
Morgan.
turning experience?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it sounds like Moradin is just a bad PI.
Not providing feedback.
Wow.
Well, if
Needs more work.
we do still have the rest of this place to look through. If it comes down to we have to move through this, we can try to save it for last.
Agreed.
I'm just gonna weakly stow my morning star because I have nothing to do here.
All right, so you are backing away from this room.
Yep, we are
Alright.
GTing FO.
Are you leaving the doors flung open? Are you closing them? Doing anything, like, are you barricading them? I don't know. I'm just asking what's happening with the doors.
I feel like Cedric is going to use his boot to kind of kick the doors closed. Like, just not even wanting to get close to the walls of the doorway.
Okay, so, well, they did open into the room. Like so.
I think we should leave them open.
Yeah.
I mean, they're ghosts, so I don't think doors would have deterred them very much, Cedric.
If they move through walls, I think they could. I don't feel like doors would be a problem.
But what if they're special
Stone,
doors?
no problem, but when they see a big panel of oak, they're like, no way.
Everybody has their preferences.
If I was a ghost, I'd move through oak. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I'm a big anti-Hawthorne person, though, myself, or you.
Yeah, see, I just hate
What's
Sherry.
wrong with me? What?
God. Okay, so let's go check this other door here on the other side of that big rotten table.
Okay. Sorry, my computer's being dumb. You are going to go check the other door. Oh, come on, laptop. Which the doorway back, like, go into the main hallway and then back to that doorway that was on the right. Is that right?
Yeah, that was the last door we passed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go back to the hallway to the first door then.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we
I
were
can
going to
try.
do... Is this not a door right here?
Is where?
No.
Where I'm
Oh,
thinking.
no, that's...
No.
Sorry, it's just stone.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I
Sorry.
modified this map slightly. It's a pre-made map that I modified, so...
Gotcha. Okay.
Um,
Sorry, audience who can't see this.
no worries.
It's a very nice looking map
thank you.
that you don't get to enjoy.
Yeah, okay, so you're going back into the main thoroughfare and then back to the doorway that you saw that was to the right when you were standing on the stairs. Okay.
Yeah. I can check it for traps.
You are there. You can check it for traps. That is a thing that you can do.
Please do, because we are not having good luck with this dungeon.
Nope. $20.
20. This door does not appear to be trapped, but it does appear to be locked.
I think we need a key. Wait, can I open locks? Oh, I can open locks. Look at me go. It's like I'm a rogue or something. I'm rogue. I'll try and open the lock.
You even have, like, the hooded cloak today? You should feel
I know, right?
roguey. I love it.
$24.
24. You take out your lock picks and you sort of jiggle it for a moment and it just pop and you can turn the knob.
Yay!
Yay.
That's Lucanus here next to me, right?
Yep.
All right. I guess I'm gonna open the door.
Nice.
Okay. You are gonna open the
She
door.
does this open into the room or does this open
This one opens towards you into the hallway.
towards you? Okay, I will open it like a civilized human being then.
Okay. You open it like a civilized human being. And before you, first you see a short hallway. And then beyond that, as I start reveal. After a short hallway, you can see that this space opens up into a large two-part room. In the front portion, closest to the door and yourselves, you can see 4 dilapidated wooden bookshelves bearing the remains of an extensive library collection. And then farther into the room, you're able to see that the other larger half, you can see part of this right now, appears to be, is occupied by, what can you see right now? You can see a large ornate rug on the floor and what looks like some couches, and there's also a wood stove in the corner.
Fletcher, this looks like probably what your house looks like back where you came from.
It's sort of what some of the libraries look like at the university.
Yeah, you lived there, right?
I,
Oh, in the library.
kind of.
Kind of.
We
I mean,
feed
yeah.
24/7.
That's like when grade school kids think their teacher sleeps in the closet in the back of the classroom. Like, or they just like don't have a conception of their teacher outside of the classroom. I love that.
This is your house,
Right? You see them at the grocery store and you're like, what? You're a real human? Who let you out of the school? Yeah, so you see bookshelves and couches and a rug and a wood stove, and it looks like there's more of that room that just isn't being illuminated right now. And then you can also see a doorway to the left, like in the left wall of this room.
Well, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay, Cedric.
I'm
Have
gonna
fun.
I'm gonna walk into the room holding up my hammer and just being like, better not be any ghosts in here. I'll banish you.
I'm kind of hoping there's a Tommy Wiseau in the
'Cause
room.
in the room.
In the room.
I was gonna say
so
you get a sudden urge to make pottery, but we're moving on. Okay, Cedric, how far into this room are you going as you wave your hammer threateningly?
Gonna go into like in between the bookshelves, like here-ish.
Okay. So once you're there, you can see the shelves contain a variety of books, mostly in disrepair.
Okay. I want to like kind of just do a kind of a cursory look to see if there are any trap-like objects in the room. If the floor has any raised panels or anything like that. I'm not trained in this, but I definitely want to just inspect the masonry for.
Totally. Give me a search check. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna very gingerly go into the room.
Your backpack feels heavy. It's like hard to walk. Same thing for you, Fletcher. Like it sucks right now.
Yeah.
It's a 12.
A 12. You don't see any traps or any sort of unexpected anomalies in the stonework.
Okay. Everyone else is following me into the room, I see. So I will continue blazing the trail forward into the room further.
You are a hero among men.
Among
Oh, hi,
dwarves.
Cedric.
Okay. All right. So now, yeah, you can see the larger half of the room. There's another bookshelf, this large rectangular woven rug, and surrounded by the remains of like 4 couches and this wood stove in the corner.
This looks like once upon a time, it was a very cozy reading area.
That's what I thought. I
This
build
is like-
dungeons I would want to live in.
If I was going to live in an underground dungeon, it would be this one.
Yeah.
Suddenly, I feel like I need a thing of bourbon.
This room was locked, by the way, so I feel like there's probably something important here, right? Like, why would it be locked otherwise?
I mean, the books are probably important.
Are there any important books? Guess
I
we could
mean,
look.
there's really only one important book.
Okay, but we're gonna look at some important, but maybe not as important to you books that still may be important to the rest of us. Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. If you want to investigate the bookshelves, you can give me a search check.
Cedric, is that book the 1984 BMW 5 Series Owner's Manual?
I haven't read his writings. Was he one of the Third Age philosophers who discussed Moradin's relationship to the lava elementals?
Okay. What's your search check score?
17.
17. Okay, so again, bookshelves full of a variety of books. They look like they're mostly in disrepair. You pick one up to try to examine it, and the pages fall out all over the floor, and the leather cover feels slimy and like it's starting to rot. You scan the spines and the covers of the books that are visible to you, and you see that this collection looks similar to that of the previous library you visited, full of books detailing the natural history of the area, at least based on sort of like the art or some of the words that you can read that might be in common or a language one of you knows. And some appear like they might be religious based on the iconography of them, though you dare not touch any more for fear of destroying them because there are all these pages just all over the floor in front of you now.
Kay has, I'm guessing, the like falling apart cover kind of still in her hands, and all the pages are everywhere, and she just looks at Fletcher with this
mortified.
She bends down to try and pick up the pages, and
Fletcher's too drained and tired from what happened to even really notice, and probably wandered over to see if there was even a remnant scrap of cushion from those couches still laying around. Probably sat down.
You sit down, and you sit really far down, it kind of the bottom is rotted out, but there is something to sit upon, I guess. Yeah,
that's good enough.
That's good.
Yeah. Lucanus,
Cedric,
Nautia would totally be trying to help Kay pick up those pages too.
Oh, sorry, it's not.
What are you searching for?
Just searching in general.
Okay, so as you are also scanning the room again, you see all of the sort of furniture or lack thereof that I've been describing. But you also at least were for a moment standing next to the door in the wall here at the bottom, kind of where the same wall that the wood stove is against. And you can see that there's something written on it, carved into it. This door has, there's something on this door.
Hey, Fletcher, come look at this. There's something written here. I can't read it, but maybe you can.
Wait, can Lucanus actually not read it?
You didn't, get close enough to, look at it, but, you could try to get in closer if you wanted.
Can I get in closer and try to read it?
Yeah. Conveniently enough, it's in common.
Oh, what does it say?
Good, because I didn't want to get up.
I'm so glad you asked. Are you ready?
Never mind, Cedric. Never mind, Fletcher. It's in common.
It says that the script is kind of small, and it goes basically from the top to the bottom of the door, because it says, "Hello, guest."
in a galaxy far, far away.
No. Hello, guest standing in my doorway. Open me up to reveal my story. I do not lead to the dormitory. Things inside can get somewhat gory. My master's beard is rather hoary. He prefers no one bother his territory. For peeping eyes can be predatory, and he has lost his power of auditory. If your entrance within is mandatory, then please clearly state my category. I beg you not use me as a lavatory. My purpose instead is as a... and then there's a blank.
There's an angry, bearded, deaf guy who doesn't want us to piss on him.
I'm glad you paid attention to all the details in there. Thank you.
That was an excellent summary. I guess maybe that would explain why their place with all the beds had a crazy, scary ghost arms coming out of it.
Do you think somebody pissed on it?
I mean, not this door. I think just
Did
Didn't it say
Lucanus
someone was grumpy in the dormitory?
Did Lucanus read it out loud?
Did you read it out loud?
I just took what you were saying as an internal monologue, so I'm just gonna read it out loud for Fletcher just to quote it.
Yeah, I'm like, what's it say? So that we all hear it.
Okay.
And then Lucanus repeats the riddle.
Okay, would you like me to say it again?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
I mean, it's another room. We have to tell the door what room is beyond it, and it has to rhyme with all of those words, but it is not the dormitory, which seemed like where we were trying to go into, where we got attacked by ghosts, because it was filled with beds.
Or the
And also not a
lavatory.
lavatory. I think that part.
Not a lavatory, it's like a crematory.
Ugh.
Oh, it could be a creamery. Do you guys want ice cream?
That is not a rhyme.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Just hitting it Y does not make it a rhyme. Because it wouldn't make sense to put an observatory underground.
What about a conservatory?
You would be the one to
Plants and-
recommend that.
Lucanus
Could you
just
read
sort of
it?
gently
Oh, yeah.
knocks on the stove. Are you a conservatory?
Nothing happens. What were you gonna say, Cindy? Or Nadia?
I was gonna ask if you read it. And
I can read it again. Hello, guest standing in my doorway. Open me up to reveal my story. I do not lead to the dormitory. Things inside can get somewhat gory. My master's beard is rather hoary. He prefers no one bother his territory. For peeping eyes can be predatory, and he has lost his power of auditory. If your entrance within is mandatory, then please clearly state my category. I beg you not use me as a lavatory. My purpose instead is as a...
Okay, I have a guess.
And it's something gory.
Cindy has a guess, but Nautia would not possibly know.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if Cedric would guess this. I don't know. Like,
Both Lucanus and Joe are united in having no goddamn clue.
Okay. Anybody in the audience got a guess? While they're thinking?
they're not here.
They're not here, but I'd like to hear or read their guesses anyway.
Does Arda
Either
not
it's
have
not
a
like
phone a
Cedric
friend
doesn't know.
feature?
Yeah. Well, so like I'm just thinking like would Cedric know? So my guess is laboratory.
Would you say that out loud?
I don't know if Cedric would know what that is though.
I think if you thought of it, that he probably could too.
Okay. Yeah. I mean he's a pretty smart guy. Yeah.
As
Is he?
you say that,
Common words, like...
Yeah.
As you say that, the door goes.
I like slowly look around, like and like look at Fletcher, like
Is there a difference between a laboratory and a laboratory?
yeah, one of them is full of evil, gross, gory stuff, and the other one is like full of
A bathroom?
chemicals.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Everything's full of chemicals. Anyway,
DNA is an organophosphate.
Anyway, yeah, so it appears, or at least sounds like the door has creaked open. And yeah, Lucanus, you're standing in front of it because you were reading the poem out loud. It did indeed creak open a bit.
Hey, Cedric, you opened it.
Did I, or did it open itself?
I
You
didn't do it.
encouraged it to open.
Ooh, okay. I don't trust this door at all.
Do we see what's beyond the door?
Yeah, I guess you can see a little bit based on where the lantern is.
I just need to know which way to look.
Sure, you can see that much with the lantern lit. So you can see sort of a narrow shaft, like if you tap the door and open it a little more so that the light can go through the doorway. You can see a room, and at the edge of your vision you can see a table, and it looks like maybe to the right of the doorway there are some shelves, and to the left of the doorway there's some sort of metal something.
I see things.
You see...
Excellent. Go first.
All right. I'm gonna very gingerly walk into the door.
Okay, yeah. So if you're sort of walking into the doorway, I will reveal the whole room because you have low light vision, so you can see all of it. So, scrolling. The first...
Oh, Fletcher. Oh, sorry.
So I'll describe it first so that everybody knows.
Yep.
The first thing you notice about this room is the smell, or rather smells. Smoke, soot, something acrid that burns the inside of your nose, several different herbs, candles, old parchment. You see a large metal cauldron to your left, a set of overflowing wooden shelves to your right. The shelves seem stuffed full of odds and ends, bits and baubles, herbs, candle stubs, seeds, roots, insect carapaces, turtle shells, lizard bones, shiny rocks, feathers, and even a seashell or two. The table at the far end of the room is littered with glass vials full of mostly evaporated substances, maybe a little bit of goo in the bottom, wooden bowls, a mortar and pestle, some loose pieces of parchment, a writing quill, and more items like those on the shelves.
Fletcher, you're gonna love this. Fletcher, you're gonna love this.
I'm still sitting on the couch.
Lucanus is really excited because he wants to see he wants to see Fletcher's look of amazement and surprise. So he's gonna run into the room and kind of turn towards the door and just keep calling Fletcher, this is your heaven.
I'm going to walk back to Fletcher and cast Lesser Restoration on Fletcher, since he's very clearly really struggling.
I just so deeply understand that level of tired.
I think we all do.
My modifier is not great right now. So.
Well, you get a +4 to it.
I think that's exactly how much you lost.
You recover 4 points of lost ability.
Oh, okay.
Modifier.
Yeah. So I think that's how much you lost, I think.
It was.
Kay is also looking through the door and is like, can confirm, Fletcher, this is a science room.
Smells like science.
Smells like science.
Lucanus gets really excited. Science room! Science room! Science room!
We're going to poison ourselves in here.
Fletcher does the really loud, dad, get up off the couch. You're put your hands down and get up. You're
He started doing that.
Amazing.
All right, in that case, I wait until you're standing up, and then that's when I pat you on the back and cast Lesser Restoration on you.
Well, even if you did it beforehand, I think I just still didn't want to get up.
No, that's fair.
It's the first comfortable thing we've sat on in a long time.
Considering the 2 nights ago you slept in a thunderstorm. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if it's decaying,
been a lot of
it
ground.
was still better.
Yeah, lots of ground. Is everybody going in the science room then, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably getting up and following. Everyone else seems to have gone in. I'm following.
Sure.
Well, I peered at the door. I didn't go in.
Okay. Well, anybody who is going in can give me a search check to see if you uncover anything fun in this room.
I've already been in the room, but I'm just so excited to see Fletcher's reaction that you can just hear me throughout all of this that's going on. You can just hear Lucanus chanting "Science room."
No one seemed to die when they went in, so Kay will also go in and look around. Can we all look around, or is only?
No, everybody can do a search check.
Nobody died yet.
See what you find.
I'm gonna kind of stand in the doorway. I don't truck with all this science nonsense much, so I'm just gonna kind of supervise from the distance and kind of keep an eye on the exit, make sure nothing comes in, sneaks in behind us.
Okay.
Also,
I got it.
11 on my search check. So
Cool.
I also got an 11. Kay's like, ooh, shiny thing.
All right. 11, 6. Anybody else searching?
I got a
Lucanus is-
21.
21. Okay.
Lucanus is so excited to see Fletcher's reaction that he's not really searching all that well.
Nope. Okay, so Fletcher, you very meticulously go through this room because it is interesting. Someone was obviously doing science in here for sure. And you find 3 potion bottles that appear to have been so thoroughly corked that their contents appear to still be viable as far as you can tell. So the first one you find looks very familiar. You find one Cure Moderate Wounds potion. And then you also find 2 other potions. One is a clear, smoky liquid. And the other is a golden brown liquid that appears to be glowing faintly.
Is it Mad Dog 4040?
Scotch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's
Glowing
Lefroy,
scotch.
isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
The only scotch that glows in the dark.
Um,
Their tagline.
As it should, because it's made of wildfire in the best way possible. And I say that as somebody who's living in the West currently.
Oh, God.
Too soon.
Fletcher, Fletcher, what did you say your search check was?
21.
21. Okay. You also, as you're meticulously making your way around the room, you're mostly concentrating your search on like the cauldron and the shelves and the table. But just sort of because you're taking in the whole room and trying not to miss any details, you notice that something on, if you were standing in the doorway, something on the left-hand wall, looks odd.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, someone was definitely doing a lot of work in here. Could probably spend a long time trying to piece together what they were doing. Could be really interesting. But for our purposes, I think we need to check out that wall. And I point over and I say, "There's something going on. I don't. If it's a secret door, a trick door, or a hatch or something. I don't know." Kay, if you'd be able to find if there's something over there, I think there might be another room that's hidden.
Yeah, I'll take a look, I guess. Is it?
Okay, yeah, so if you go over to the section of the wall that he's indicating, you can give me a search check.
17.
You're not really sure. Looks like maybe just an incongruity in the masonry.
Masonry is my speciality.
Yeah, maybe you should take a look at it. Can Kay poke it?
Feels like wall.
I wanna like tap on it with my hammer and listen real carefully. I also got a 17 though, so.
Okay. Yeah, Cedric, you're sort of tapping and you sort of like hear a place where the wall sounds different. And you sort of tap, and then you sort of like get in there with your fingers and you sort of, start to pull a little bit, and you do, and it sort of makes a grinding sound, stone on stone, as you are able to pull back what was in fact a hidden stone door in the wall.
I go, dwarf fingers. You gotta have dwarf fingers.
Gotta have little tiny sausage fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you saying dwarf fingers or door fingers?
Dwarf fingers.
Okay.
Fingers make good door fingers.
Good.
Underrated album by Jim Morrison.
Good
Door
door
fingers.
Good job.
And
Take this as a reward, and I give Cedric the potion of cure moderate wounds,
Okay.
so that
good.
hopefully our healer can keep himself alive a little longer.
I'm so glad you didn't give me one of the other ones.
Here's an unknown potion.
Oh,
Drink it.
I'll drink it right away.
Here's just a giant vial of Lefroy.
Cedric, you pull this heavy stone door back, and beyond it, you see a short hallway leading to another room. Wooden cabinets dominate the side walls, while the center of the room contains a wooden desk and a chair.
That looks important.
This looks just like my boss's office.
Does it really?
Boss,
Yes,
Amazing.
your boss is so cool.
he really is. Wyatt Weeds on Twitter if you want to follow him. Shameless plug.
Plug.
I guess I'm gonna go inside. I'm leading the way this time.
Cool.
I'm gonna walk in and who was just rolling dice? I heard dice roll, but I was not looking at the script. Um. Hmm. 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 Gonna
What
walk
you doing
in.
there, Cedric?
I don't know. There's a big desk in here and some more like cabinets and stuff. I'm gonna kind of hop up and down in the middle of the floor.
Okay, you
Test for
bounce in the
pressure plates.
floor.
Okay.
Test for pressure plates by trying to set them off. Okay.
Mhm.
You do not set off a pressure plate.
Excellent.
I want to keep looking for traps in this room.
Okay, give me a search check then. Are you searching anything specifically, or are you just searching the whole room?
I'm just kind of like rummaging around. I'm not really interested in the contents of the room. I'm just looking for traps.
Okay.
But I'm doing a very bad job of it.
This
with
room
the-
does not appear to be trapped.
There are no traps in here. It's fine. Come on in.
Kay is actually interested in trying to find something, anything in the desk, in the bookshelves, under the chair.
Okay. So you're specifically searching the shelves, the desk, and the chair?
Yeah,
Okay, give me a search check.
I would love to give you a search check. I'm sucking at my search checks. 14.
The cabinets appear to be empty, as does the desk. There's nothing under the chair.
I did a search check, but I got like a 6, so
Like a 6 does not. Nope.
nope.
Appears to be empty.
Kay just like slams her fist on the table. He's like, why are we here? This is so dumb. And like storms out.
It's not one of Kay's mystery magical dungeons if we don't get frustrated with it.
This is only the second one!
Are there more?
I'm just saying that this is the only the second dungeon that you guys have gone in. You can't, like, say it's a pattern yet. Like, 2 points does not make a trend.
I mean, according to physicists, it does.
Burn!
We
Take
got
that,
the Drake
physicist.
equation.
Kay like sits on the couch and is like, fuck this place.
Okay.
Lucanus goes over to Kay. Kay, most places are terrible. Like, this is fine. This is not even as terrible as most places tend to get, in my experience.
I mean, it's just frustrating. Like, why am I here? Why do I have a dream about this stupid place? And there's like nothing even here except for some stupid ghost arms and some dumb old books that are falling apart. This is dumb. Everything is dumb.
Well, we haven't looked through the whole place yet, Kay.
And sometimes you just have dreams about weird places. I have dreams about weird places.
Yeah, I mean, we've all had dreams about weird places, but you never felt like, particularly drawn to them and like tugged there. Whatever.
No.
It's fine. Keep looking. It doesn't even
Unless
matter.
it's a dream about the bathroom.
I mean, it's usually the other way around, but I mean, like, there's couches, there's a comfy stove, there's a science room that Fletcher really seems to like. I mean,
Great. Good for him. Maybe he can have a dream about the next place then.
I mean, wouldn't be the worst place to dream about.
Is anybody doing anything else in this sort of office-y room or in the science laboratory?
Is there any contents left in that cauldron? Is there anything inside there?
You sort of stick your head down in it and look around. There's maybe like some weird residue on the inside, but there isn't
Okay.
like, it's not like there's like a mysterious potion bubbling in there or something super Halloween-y. Yeah.
Okay. So the two big tables that are in that laboratory room, is it random stuff across both of them, or are there certain kinds of things between the two? Like one is like all ingredients and the other is like something else.
So the shelves appear to be primarily ingredients or components, some combination of the two. Like I said, the shelves include like candle stubs and like bundles of herbs and like bones and shells and bugs and rocks and feathers and stuff. The table has like the implements. So the table is like where the mortar and pestle and the wooden bowls and some like pieces of parchment and some vials that look like they maybe had potions in them once, but they've since evaporated. Like that kind of stuff is on the table. There's a few of the ingredients or components on the table, but it looks like mostly the table was for doing and the shelves were for storing. Yeah.
So not enough stuff around the equipment to be able to try to think of something they may have been doing there. There's just like...
Yeah, not I mean, it looks like, from the fact that you were able to find these potions, it looks like it might have been some sort of, like, apothecarist type dealio, especially considering that, like, you know, a lot of the components are organic in nature.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take the mortar and pestle. Because I was planning on starting to gather alchemy equipment anyway. So now I don't have to buy that.
Nice.
Now you just have to carry a mortar and pestle around.
I mean, it's not like a giant one.
Yeah, as long as it's not like a huge, like,
No,
culinary one. It's like...
Yeah, no, it's a you know, a convenient one person size. It's not one of those really tiny ones, and it's also not a giant one. Yeah.
A travel mortar and pestle, yeah.
Sure,
I'm familiar,
exactly.
Yeah.
I actually
up.
have
Folds up.
I actually have one of those in my kitchen.
A foldable mortar and pestle?
No, just a mortar and pestle that I could probably like toss in a backpack and
Nice.
be completely fine with it.
Are there are there anything else in the laboratory that looks valuable to me? Stones, samples, you know, anything like that.
There's some shiny
Metalwork.
rocks. There's some turtle shells. There's some bits of candles.
The shiny rocks, are they good shiny rocks, or are they like crap shiny rocks?
I mean, you can make an appraise check. If you want to, like,
That's what I wanted you to say.
know about rocks.
It's 14.
14. They mostly look like, you know, fool's gold, quartz, you know, like pretty common rocks. Nothing super exciting. It's not like semi-precious or precious stones or anything like that.
Clearly, this guy was not a geologist.
Kay starts like walking back out, I guess.
Okay.
Like, nothing left here.
Are you guys done with the office and the laboratory?
I think so.
Okay.
Kay is.
Nautia, were you going to say something? No? Okay. In that case, it seems like a great place to take our halfway break. So thank you so much, everyone who's been hanging out in the chat, the audience. We really appreciate you being here. I hope you appreciated the super spoopy Halloween-ness of finding an abandoned laboratory and also them fighting some sort of incorporeal undead that remains a mystery. We are going to take a quick bio break. We encourage you to do the same, and we will be back in approximately 10 minutes. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, everyone. We're back. Sorry, the break
Hey,
was a little
hoy
long.
there.
We were having snacks and things. Okay, so, yeah, you folks just, you made it through the laboratory doorway after figuring out the answer to the rhyming puzzle. You found a secret doorway from the laboratory into what looks like an office, and two of you searched the furniture in the office, and Fletcher found some potions in the laboratory. Is anybody else doing anything in this area, or are you continuing back out into the main hallway?
I'm gonna follow Kay and just make sure she's all right.
I mean, I'm just looking wistfully down the hallway we haven't gone through yet. Such melodrama.
Much angst.
Much angst.
Do you want me to go down there and see if there's anything scary? Like, this is your
mean-
temple.
And it sucks. Just leave.
Hey!
But it's yours.
It's not mine. I didn't build it.
But you were called here, and there's nobody else here, so...
And that makes me even angrier about it.
I mean, would you prefer if there were, like, even more ghost people?
No, I just prefer if we found something that was actually useful and or interesting. We have found neither anything that is useful and or interesting.
I don't know. I find anything that I can't punch really hard interesting. I don't know why I can't punch it, but it's interesting.
You
we
still
eventually found something useful in the last one.
Yeah. I can
Yeah.
swim really good now.
Excellent.
she is
That
not
helped
amused.
so much when you were the anchor for Nautia to do all the swimming.
Actually, yes, it did.
I mean, if he'd been swept away, it would have helped. Lucanus, you also still feel like shit. Like, you're still very weak. Yeah.
I know, but I'm trying to put up, like, Kay is just so bummed out. I'm really trying to, I'm trying to hold it together. Like, the morning after a really great party? Like, that's how I'm feeling.
You assume that people invite me to parties.
I am just kind of hungover and not a lot of sleep, but boot and rally because Kay needs me emotionally right now.
Aww. I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna does this hallway seem trapped?
Give me a search check to check the rest of the hallway.
I got a 20, a natural 20 on top of my 8 search.
Oh.
28.
Wow! Oh, wow. So even though she hates it in here, she's very...
So how Lucanus goes into rage mode, I feel like Kay has angst mode.
Yeah. Angst is your superpower?
Yes. What is?
Thank you for the invite, Veronica. I appreciate that. Okay, with your 28 search in the main hallway, are you sort of moving down in the direction you guys haven't been yet and searching?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing in here seems funky. You're checking out the walls. You're checking out the floor. You're even looking up at the ceiling. Nothing seems weird down here.
Okay. Well,
you
she
feel very
wanders
sure
down.
nothing is weird down here.
I'm so sure. And yeah, so.
Cedric and Fletcher still back in the lab?
I think I'm moving out. Yeah, I'm not particularly interested in the lab, but I'm kind of trailing after everyone else. I'm probably right behind Nautia.
When I wrap up in the lab, having found useful things in the lab, Fletcher's gonna do a quick search in the office, thinking of, it clearly was an important room to whoever was working in here that they hid it behind a wall like that. So just to see if there's potentially anything there. And then is this another just tabletop in this office, or is it a desk with drawers?
It's an actual desk with drawers, yeah.
Okay.
And then there's big cabinets all around the side walls.
Okay.
That didn't sound promising.
No, it was only a 13, so I think I'm going to use my advantage.
Okay, do
And
that.
see what ends up higher. 19.
19. Yeah, the cabinets, the desk, everything appears to be empty.
All right. A hidden room of nothing.
Fletcher is also having angst. We can be angsty together.
As a wizard, I'm like, if I were going to go through all the trouble of making a hidden room, I would put something good in it.
That's what Kay thought. She looked under the chair. You weren't there because you were moping on the sofa before Kay moped on the sofa. But she looked under the chair.
He was tired.
I mean, maybe there was something good in there once and they just took it all with them when they left. Earthquake. Yeah, so Kay, you and Lucanus sort of wander farther down the main hallway and you see there's another broad hallway going off to your left, and then it looks like after a while down that hallway it comes to an end and makes a right-hand turn. But there's also more of the main hallway straight ahead in front of you. And you can see one doorway on your left.
What do you think, Kay?
I think we should just go back outside and do the river stuff. But it's fine.
We've already done the river stuff.
I mean, the river is still polluted.
I mean, yeah, but we're maybe
Kay
this
just
will help.
trudges down the main corridor more. She continues to check for traps and stuff. Do you want another search check?
That 28 was really, really good. You're being very thorough. So yeah, no, you nothing along this corridor seems to be trapped. But as you continue trudging, you see another doorway on your left. So you're passing the first doorway on your left. You've already passed the left-hand hallway. So there's two doorways on your left, and then it looks like there's another hallway or opening to your right.
Oh, this place is so big. Kay walks over to this door and sees if it locked, trapped, whatever.
Okay, give me a search.
21.
This door does not appear to be trapped or locked.
Does it open towards me, or does it open towards the...
It opens towards you into the hallway.
Kay opens the door like a civilized human being.
I am.
That's the alternative to kicking it open, I assume.
Yeah, why do I feel like that was a personal attack? I don't know.
I think it's just the opposite of how she flung the double doors open earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am behind Kay, literally, but also figuratively, 100%.
Aww. Okay. So, okay. So this room contains the remains of a bed frame, a chair, and a small table. It looks rather like a lot of the rooms that you found in the previous subterranean temple thing that you were in.
Man, it's just a pile of junk. She goes to the next door.
Okay.
Oh, but it might be useful junk, Kay.
Well, then you can look in there and see if it's useful junk. We haven't found anything useful yet.
Can I do a search check?
You may.
I will. Let me.
Lucanus picks up a small piece of wood,
Yeah, and by the way, during this entire time, I am not feeling well, hence the 6 on the search check.
Yeah. Yeah, you do not find anything beyond broken wood pieces in here.
I told you.
Well, maybe the next door will be. I mean, you have to search things.
Okay, I will search this door to see if it is trapped and locked.
Everything's in the last place.
Oh,
You got a
no.
1? It does not appear to be trapped or locked.
Perfect, she opens it.
What's behind door number 2?
Fireball.
A similarly appointed room to the first one. Fireball? Is that what you said? A room like the one you just opened. Remains of a bed, desk, chair.
Junk. She goes down to the corner.
Okay, junk. Lucanus, did you want to search that room, or are you just hanging out?
I really want to brighten Kay's day, and in order to do that, I have to search. I want to find something for her, but I keep rolling 6s.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Or no, sorry, I rolled a 13 this time.
You don't find anything interesting in here. Kay goes down to, you see finally the end of this main corridor, and it turns to the left. But as you two get down there, what have the 3 of you been doing in the meantime?
Kind of slowly been following, I think.
Yeah, I would have walked out, met up with Cedric and Nautia.
Yeah, sort of. My goal this whole time is to sort of have eyes on as many people as possible. So I'm trying to trail those 2 going down the hall, but also want to make sure I know where Cedric and Fletcher are.
So you're playing that awkward game where you're in between everyone?
Yeah, but just the most awkward hover, because I'm still afraid of the walls and everything, and it's just
It's very convenient that you can hover.
Very convenient.
So convenient.
Nautia's just staying in like the center like space of every like room that we're in, and
She is taking up a remarkably small amount of space off the floor.
Nice.
well, I think we'd probably catch up to you. We're not like trying to lag behind. Yeah.
Was anyone else interested in these two rooms that they opened the doors to, or are you just walking to the end of the hall to meet up with them?
No, was there another door or a room?
There were
along
these
this
two
hallway?
rooms, and then there's this hallway on the right-hand side, and then there's a hallway on the left, kind of before the two rooms, and then the hallway turns to the left down at the end where Kay and Lucanus are standing.
Okay.
So, there's no doorway there.
Yeah, that's a hallway.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a hallway. Oh,
There's a small hallway.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Guess if we were following behind them, I would look down that hallway.
Okay.
I would think, especially seeing that it looks like they're like, we see their bodies turn, like they're going around a corner. We'd probably be like, oh shit. Because like now they're going to be out of view, which isn't probably a good thing.
Yeah. So Fletcher, that is as far as your lantern can illuminate down the narrower hallway. So
Okay.
you can see two more doors on your left and what looks like another hallway farther down on the right.
We're like walking forward. I just look and I'm like, more hallway, more door. And we just keep going.
Do you want to look at that hallway? That hallway seems smaller. And this one goes to the left, which means it may go up to like where scary ghost door is. So we could avoid that for as long as possible.
Okay. Are you
So
going
their hallway is in fact farther away from the ghosts. Yes.
Okay, so you're going down this narrow hallway to the right.
Can I
Okay.
search check it first? Because it's a narrow, creepy hallway.
You can search check it.
Yeah, we'll search check it.
So you two turned around and joined us.
I had a 27.
27. This hallway does not appear to have any sort of funky stuff going on in it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'll waffle my way here.
Okay, so you can now see down this little narrow corridor to the right. It ends in a doorway. And you can see to the end of the narrow corridor that you're all in right now, it also ends in a doorway. So there's a narrow corridor to your right with a door, there's a door straight ahead of you, and then there are two doors in the wall to your left.
Fletcher, pick a 1 or a 2.
2.
All right, perfect. Let's go this way.
Okay.
I will check this door to see if it is locked and or trapped.
Okay.
It's just a search check, right?
Yep.
A 21.
21. This door does not appear to be trapped or locked.
Does it open towards me?
It does open towards you.
Damn. I open it like a civilized human being.
You open it like a civilized human being.
Each one is like slightly more aggressive though.
Okay. This room is filled with floor to ceiling. Whoops, I should reveal it so that you can actually see what I'm describing before I start reading the description. Sorry about that. Okay. This room is filled with floor to ceiling wooden shelves upon which you can see crates, barrels, bowls, pitchers, baskets, and boxes adjacent to these objects. And inside of them, if you start rooting around, you find the desiccated remains of fruits and meats, as well as some seeds and milled flour that have better stood the test of time than those fresh products.
This is a pantry.
Well, that was uninteresting.
I mean,
On to door number 1.
Which things did you say looked like they'd held up okay?
There's some like seeds and flour that look like, you know, they still look like what they're supposed to be a little better than the other things. You would have to inspect them a little more closely to see if you think they're still edible or not.
I don't trust those aflatoxin levels. Those aflatoxins are totally sus.
Yeah, the guy eating any animal or plant that we can find outside is
Yeah.
like,
But
not eating these.
There might be weevils in the flour. You don't know.
Yeah, you
Go
need meal
team.
moths
There
everywhere.
are probably weevils in the
Yeah.
flour.
Well, I mean, you know, not only stored product pests, but like, um, uh, uh, when mold grows in flour, it actually releases toxins that can cause you liver cancer.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would not eat that flour if
Well,
you want your liver to not be cancerous.
Lucanus doesn't know that.
Lucanus doesn't know that, but instinctually he knows that that is gross, and evolutionarily speaking, that is why we do not like rotten food.
You would think that like elves and dwarves would be like hyper aware of cancers as an issue, right? Like anything that lives for a super long time
Yeah.
has to be like super conscious of.
I mean, yeah, I feel like elves and dwarves in the D&D world would be like the ones who are most likely to fall prey to like the ulti-med scams. Although maybe not Lucanus specifically, but like elves and dwarves in general, they're the ones who are like trying to sell you essential oils on Facebook.
Well, I do appreciate that like both of I feel like both of them have like a the caricature of elves and dwarves in D&D is that they're very like insular and like
Mhm.
a little bit racist, right?
A little bit.
And a little bit. And it's like it kind of makes sense because they have shorter generational times, right? So it's like if you imagine, you know, like
What,
Lucanus,
elves and dwarves?
yeah, like Lucanus is like of the like the greatest generation equivalent, right? You're like 100 years old, right? You're like
We have-
you're like
we
if you
have
could imagine
longer
somebody
genera-
who was born in 1920, you know,
We have
being
we have like fewer generations, but like longer generation times.
yeah. So I'm just saying, like
Yeah.
you're still holding on to the prejudices and beliefs of 100 years ago. Like them as a race, they're going to be less socially progressive,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. So I mean, you think that like elves and dwarves would still be like stuck in the like Upton Sinclair mindset?
Yeah, I'm saying we're both probably like we should outlaw alcohol.
It's written into the books, both in the descriptions of the species and also the descriptions of your gods. So like your core faiths, right? Like both the elven primary god and the dwarven primary god, at least in the version of the pantheon that we're using. Like, yeah, those gods like promote racism, which sort of gets into this weird idea of like all of the gods are assigned alignments, and like both Moradin and Corellian Lorethian, Corellon Lorethian, elven names. Both of those gods are assigned like the alignment of being like good or something, right? But they're racist. So like, are they actually good?
I mean,
the whole alignment system draws like
Right.
we could,
Yeah.
hours of debate there.
well, I mean, and then there's this whole concept of death of the author, which is like probably my most famous like humanity, like my most favorite humanities idea. Like it's this really sort of famous idea that the art that somebody makes doesn't necessarily connect to the personality that made the art, which is highly debatable, but like, you know, some of the ideas that these elven and dwarven religions have, like there's this idea that religion in general gives people like hygiene laws, and like, so for example in the Christian Bible and in the Muslim Quran, they suggest that people not eat pork, but it's kind of been hypothesized that one of the reasons that warning exists is because pigs take up a lot of resources, and if you're living in a society that's just barely scraping by, then maybe pigs aren't the best livestock to be keeping, if that makes sense. Like maybe there's a lot of bad ideas where maybe these gods give elves and dwarves some bad ideas, but the general kind of guideline rules that they give them in some ways are what helps keep their civilizations afloat.
Maybe.
That's a very big rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It is. It is.
Kay and Fletcher, it looks like you're at the door at the end of this hallway. Okay.
I'm going to check it for traps and see if it's locked. I got a natural 20 again.
Wow.
I got a 28.
She is highly motivated to check everything
Amazing.
down here. Good stuff.
That's fair, though.
It is. Yeah. I feel like the dice are telling the story tonight. It's good stuff. This door does not appear to be trapped or locked. And it opens in.
All right. It opens in. She kicks it open.
I was waiting for that. You kick open the door. That feels very D&D. You kick open the door, and you see a rectangular room with 4 large tables surrounded, or did I only put 3? 3 large tables surrounded by chairs in this room, and it looks like so you're in one of the long walls, right? So the narrow walls are to your left and right, and in the right hand narrow wall, there is another doorway or another door.
So many doors.
So many doors. Hold on,
It's almost like people put doors in the places where they live to separate rooms from one another.
I don't.
Whatever. What haven't they heard of an
Curtains,
open concept?
man. Yeah.
I mean,
It makes it feel more roomy.
I made this really tough on myself because I tried to make these dungeon temple things feel as realistic as possible. So like everything that's in them would have been useful to the people who like lived here when it was active. I feel like most D&D dungeons are just like, there are traps everywhere for no reason, and then there's just like a hoard of treasure at the end because that's what you expect. But like I wanted these to feel realistically planned, which makes them much harder.
So, all right, wait a minute. Real talk here. Do you guys not have, like, an entire living space of rice paper walls and shotguns tied to stuff?
You mean? Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I have actually a room full of treasure too in my house. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I have my living quarters is a single room. And then everything else is traps and treasure. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll obviously my other room of some poisonous snakes that I have a machine that feeds them that will work in perpetuity after I die.
Stop getting on me about the snakes.
Because
damn
well,
it.
no. Because like, okay, so I have a room full of treasure, a room that like gives you like an extra swimming strength. Like it's called a shower.
Joe's room of treasure is actually just like an unpublished manuscript that would totally go in nature.
It really is. It really is. But then like just I have this sort of like I don't know, you could call it like a trap, but it's like a pit of dirty clothes. And then like just several thousand scorpions before my door, and then like a common living space where there's power-up potions.
And there might be a monster under the pile of clothes. Or maybe the pile of clothes is the monster. You're not sure until you get there.
Yeah.
Could be a mimic.
It could be a mimic.
That would be a great
mimic. It could be a ragamuffin, which would really ruin your day.
Thank you.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think, Pup?
I think she thinks there are more trick-or-treaters in our neighborhood, and they are concerning to her. Hello! I'm doing something right now. I don't want your face here.
Aww.
Click, click, click. Okay. So yeah, you're in this, what you might presume is a dining room.
Okay, goes up to the next door.
You go up to the next door.
I will search it again.
You will
I guess.
search the door again.
13 plus 8, another 21.
This door does not appear to be trapped or locked, and it opens towards you.
She opens it aggressively.
You open it aggressively. Watch out, Fletcher. Almost bonks you in the face. Beyond this door, you find a room with a large stove and a counter with some cabinets underneath. So yeah, looks like maybe a kitchen of some sort.
Found the kitchen.
But there are cabinets in here.
Cool.
Okay.
I want to look through the cabinets for a new cook pot because I feel like I need a new one.
Do
they have a sous vide?
Search check in the cabinets, Cedric.
Do they have a sous vide? Because I am obsessed with mine.
Yeah. Lucanus let his rat stew bake onto my old cook pot, so I need a new one. I rolled a 10.
You do in fact find some cook pots.
Cool.
I rolled a 13. I'm slightly guilty about that, so I'm kind of slightly guilty about the previous cooking mishap, so I'm searching a little bit harder than Cedric.
You two find some cooking pots. Anybody
Yay.
else searching the cabinets, or are we done with the kitchen?
Cedric, cook pots. I'm really sorry about the rat thing.
No worries.
Anybody else?
Cool.
Are there any knives?
Maybe. They don't
I wouldn't
appear
mind.
to be in great repair, like they've been used a lot and not recently sharpened or anything. Like, you know.
If I find any that are like cool and old that I feel like could be like polished back up, you know, like some like cooking knives, like a paring knife kind of thing.
They're like fiberware knives.
It looks like, again, you're getting the impression that like most of the things that could have been like valuable may have been taken. So like none of these knives seem like especially cool. Yeah.
Okay, there was another door back there.
Oh, well.
Yeah, there are 2 more doorways in this narrow hallway where the pantry and the
Hallway.
kitchen and the dining room were.
Well, she'll just wait for y'all, or do you want me to come back? Shout down the hall if you want me to come back. It's like,
Oh, did you completely walk away?
I did.
She went back into the main hallway.
I'm gonna stop and search the doors as I leave the hallway.
Okay. Are you doing the first one like in between?
The
you and
first one I
Nautia?
get to coming down the hallway after leaving the like dining room that was connected to the kitchen.
Cool.
Just assuming that kind of feels like Kay wants to do basically a sweep, check if there's anything in any of these rooms, and go if there's nothing going on, like as quickly as we can. So
Yeah.
7.
7. That door does not appear to be trapped or locked.
I open it.
Okay. Whoops. Sorry. Finding things in my notes. Okay. This room also contains a bed, table, chair in disrepair.
I go check the next door.
Okay.
14.
That door does not appear to be trapped or locked.
I open it.
You open it. Inside, you find a desk, a table, chair, and a bed. Can you give me a perception check, though?
14.
Okay, you notice something, like, you've got your lantern and it, the light, again, it's sort of flickering, so you're not entirely certain, but it seems like there's something on the floor, in the floor, something about the floor seems different.
It's trapped.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go inside based on what happened in that other room when things looked weird. But I'll yell out to, like, it looks like other people have gone out in the hallway. That there's something weird in the room.
I'll turn back and also look in the room.
Okay, can you give me a perception check?
And I tell her I think the floor looks weird. So if it helps if she focuses on the floor.
If I hear this, I'm gonna.
Why am I rolling so shit tonight? That's a big 10.
You're not sure what he's talking about. What was that, Cedric?
I'm gonna wiggle my hands like this and be like, "Do you need my dwarf fingers over here?"
That's weird.
Yeah.
Please don't say that again.
It's super weird. I say it and everyone is uncomfortable.
Weird floor?
So what happens if the dwarf fingers get moist?
No one likes that.
No.
Nobody likes that.
Moist dwarf fingers. Sorry,
So,
I'll stop.
I'm gonna do a search check, I guess.
Yeah, you can do search or perception, whichever you'd like.
I got a natural 20,
Natural
which makes
20.
it a 21.
Cedric, you see, it's like clear as day to you, these plebes over here. There is a symbol carved into the stone floor just inside the doorway. It looks like a flame carved into the stone.
Oh, you see, this swirl here, that's not the natural grain of the stone. See, if you look at it from this angle, you can see the... Here, Fletcher, give me your lantern. And I, like, hang it back over the thing so that you can kind of get the glare off of it. You can see the carving better. See, you guys... See, granite doesn't have these kind of swirls in it right here. So it's a subtle relief. You could tell
You should
people
step
walking
on it.
You know, it looks like a fire.
If I go back to the other room, the closest one, and look at the floor, do I see anything like that there?
Give me a search or perception.
14.
No.
I take my lantern back out of Cedric's hand and like push him back behind me in the doorway. And I take the candle out and see if holding that near where on the symbol of the flame to see if the fire does anything when connecting to the symbol of the flame.
Okay. So yeah, you hold out the candle and you sort of put the flame close to the floor without holding it in such a way that the flame comes back towards your hand, because that's no fun. But you put it near the symbol on the floor and you wait a moment and nothing seems to happen.
Could it be trapped?
I mean, like,
You
look.
can step on it if you want.
You know, I feel like last time I did that, you guys yelled at me a lot.
I also feel like Kay is really good at finding those kinds of things.
I mean, I guess I'll search it.
You sound so excited about that. Go for it.
I got a 21 again. I keep rolling 13.
Good lord.
Does not seem to be trapped.
K stands on it.
You stand on it.
All right. Well, cool story, guys. And she walks back to the end of the hallway.
I mean, if we lit somebody on fire while standing on, no, that's a bad idea.
I want to search the rest of this room. Yeah. I just want to, like, kick through the debris of the rest of the room and see if there's any.
Give
You
me
know
a
what?
search check.
If Cedric's doing that, I'm going to do that as well.
That's good, because I got a big old 8.
An 8 and a 6. You guys don't find anything else in this room. There's that symbol carved into the floor of the doorway, and then there's remains of a wooden table, chair, and bed.
God,
Lucanus and I spend 5 minutes throwing pieces of broken furniture at each other.
Are you guys, like, Fletcher, are you still standing there with your light while they're searching to help them, or did you move on while they're doing that?
I think when that didn't work, I probably stood up and walked out to follow Kay.
Okay.
Now I've kind of gotten into the same mindset with Kay that it's like, if this was something connected with her that she's been talking to me about, and we want to see if there's anything here or just leave because she's getting frustrated, I want to just assist in doing it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Lucanus and Cedric, Fletcher turns around and leaves while the two of you are searching the room, which shouldn't be a problem because you have low light or dark vision. But as he leaves, can I have both of you make perception checks?
Yes.
Nope.
That is a natural 20, so a 26.
Yeah. Kay's angst power affects everybody.
And an 18.
Yeah.
So, Cedric, you notice it immediately when Fletcher and the light leave and the room becomes dark. And Lucanus, you notice it basically as Cedric's head snaps up. You notice it too. There's something glowing on the ceiling.
Guys, there's something glowing on the ceiling.
Come back!
You
Guys,
look
guys,
up
look!
and realize that the ceiling is absolutely covered in delicate, curved, and curling symbols, like someone wrote or painted them on the ceiling.
Someone wrote things in light.
Do I recognize the script?
What languages do you speak, read, write?
That is a very good question. Dwarven, obviously, and
What a surprise.
Common, and this is the first time this has come up.
Mm-hmm.
Celestial. Not
Oh,
surprisingly.
you read Celestial.
I do read Celestial.
Cedric, you can read this. But
Well, fancy that.
even though the script is beautiful, you start to read it and it sounds like the ravings of a mad person. And the ceiling says, I dreamt the earth and sky shook, so much so that we were flung wide and floating. We were forsaken, alone, lost. But the land resounded with the power of our master and mistress, and beacons of theirs shone in the darkness. If collected together, those beacons could be so bright that they might guide our master and mistress home.
Cedric, do you read this aloud?
Do you read
No.
it?
I read it like under my breath because like I read Celestial, but I don't really speak it that great. Like I know like like I've never really heard anyone speak. You know, it's kind of like knowing Latin, right?
Yeah.
Where you're like, yeah, like I can translate the text. So it's kind of like under my breath as I'm going along.
Are you reading it out loud in Celestial, or are you translating it into Common as you read?
I'm reading it out loud in Celestial, I think.
And Kay read it.
Okay, you hear a language that Cedric's mumbling. Maybe if you're close enough, you hear him. Maybe if you're not, you don't.
Yeah,
but...
yeah. I'm not like trying to hide what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm just like kind of talking to myself.
So you
and
hear
we're
him
close together. Yeah.
You hear him saying the words of this language that you don't remember anyone speaking it before around you, but you also understand the words as he's saying them.
She just like flushes. Not that you'd be able to see or anything because it's dark, but I can understand that. I can't read it though.
I feel like Cedric's not really paying attention to what Kay is saying, and it's just like, give me your book. I need to write this down.
No, just say it. I understand it.
Wait, what do you mean you understand it? It's in
I don't
Celestial.
know. I can't read it, but when you are like, I mean, your pronunciation is kind of bad, but like I can understand it.
Wait, like when I say I dreamt the earth and sky shook, and I say that in
the
Celestial.
earth and sky shook in a dream. Like you dreamt it, skies shaking, earth shaking.
Nobody speaks Celestial. That's super. Why? So you never learned it, and you speak it like that. I mean, I spent years studying to be this good. I got top grades in my class, and you're making fun of my pronunciation?
I can't read it though.
But you can understand it.
Yeah, I can understand it. I mean, there's like some words that are like, I don't know, they seem like kind of foggy, but you know, you can like put it together in context. Like,
Peter just scooted his chair back for everyone.
like, you know, it's kind of like it's like fancy talk. You know what I mean? It's like how I imagine. I mean, it's like ramblings of like a crazy person, but it's like kind of like fancy talk. How I'd expect Fletcher to talk to his professors, kind of stuff, like language. So it's a little bit harder to understand.
Hey, I mean, I don't know how else to tell you that this has to mean that you're touched by the gods in some way. There's just, I mean, this is the language of divine beings. There's just, this means something.
I mean, apparently it meant that he had a dream where the earth and land and sky shook.
Okay, but master and mistress? I mean, like, we're talking about potentially two gods who might be really closely tied to this continent, who we may be able to guide home. And if we can guide home two of the gods, potentially we could guide them all home.
Cedric looks like he's about to cry.
This
Have I?
Assuming they
Did I
would
ever
come
hear any of the
home.
locals refer to the gods as master and mistress? Like, is that phrasing that I would have heard from anyone there?
Make a knowledge local check.
No, not that one. That one's already rolled badly. 17.
Maybe someone who's like super duper devout. Like it's not a really common way of referring to them, and a lot of, you know, the people around that you hung out with, you know, like maybe weren't, you know, old enough to remember when the gods
So
were
much,
able to
but, like,
touch
I
the
might have-
earth, but like, yeah, it's.
But I might have bumped into someone who
Yeah.
used that phraseology at some point.
Yeah.
Enough that I could tell Cedric that, like, yes, some people here do call them that.
Wait, Nautia, Lucanus, you guys were alive when the loss happened, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember, were there earthquakes or something like that?
Would I
Were
have?
there?
Do you guys, if you have knowledge history, you can roll that. If not, you can just do an intelligence check.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna do.
Oh, I'll just do an intelligence check. That'll go very well.
And
You're so
I
smart,
think,
Nautia.
Oh,
did you get a natural 20?
I
Or
feel like it's a natural one.
A 1?
I got a natural one.
Oh,
You have a
no.
Nadia
negative
hurt
one?
herself in her confusion.
Wait, but Nadia hasn't. You haven't used your advantage on a
You have
check
not
yet.
used your advantage.
I guess I'm not gonna do. Yeah, sure.
I mean, you've already got your
It's not gonna go well anyway.
your character sheet's already blue.
I know. I just rolled another one.
The
How do
dice
I-
have spoken.
How do I not have intelligence?
I mean, you are a barbarian.
Hey.
I mean, no, it just goes from hide, intimidate, jump.
No, intelligence is
Yeah.
an ability, but if I remember correctly, I think you,
You have an
a
11.
10. Oh, you have an 11. So it's a +0, so it would just be a straight d20 roll anyway.
Oh, okay. I'll
you
just roll a d20 then.
Still have an advantage on a check if you want.
Like, you should imagine one of the most important events that happened in your lifetime.
A
One of
two.
the
I am going to, you know what? I am going to re-roll that one using
Re-roll
my
that.
advantage. There we go.
Yay.
All right.
So
what was that new one?
19.
19. Okay, what were you going to say, Nadia?
I was just gonna say, so I was sort of thinking about, like, if Naughty was over here partying with friends, what kind of party? And I sort of decided that she probably was a burner type
Yes.
party. Kinda. She was very, very altered when it happened and just remembers nothing useful.
Those Fae have good stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
They do. They
Yeah.
grow things.
I would imagine that's the case.
Lucanus, with your 19, you remember it, although you were, like, I mean, a very young child, but what you remember is that what people call the loss was a thing that everyone recognizes happened, but it's not like there's a day, right? There isn't a day that is, you know, marked as being the day of the loss, right? And you all would know that. There isn't like a day on the calendar that's like, ooh, this is the day of the loss, right? It's a thing that people realized had happened over time as they realized things that normally happened were no longer happening, right? People who used to be able to commune with the gods and speak to them directly could not do that anymore. Spells to bring people back from the dead were much more difficult or just didn't work anymore. So it's something that rather than being marked with a specific day, was something that was just sort of slowly realized over time. So you can't point to like, haha, there was a, an earth-shattering something or other, or like meteors fell from the sky. Like there wasn't like a big fanfare, a cacophony that you're aware of.
So yeah, it wasn't really something that happened just all at once. I don't remember any earthquakes or anything like that. Just a lot of our stuff just stopped working. And that was it.
Good to know.
This still seems super important.
Yeah, totally sus.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Kay's notebook and I'm gonna like transcribe the whole thing.
Did you want me to
her.
Did you want me to read it again, or are you good?
No, I've got
The high points.
I've got it down.
Okay.
And then I guess I'm gonna kind of like try and do a common translation.
Kay just like asks you if you can just like read it again, like the words, and then she basically like rewrites it, but in common letters, if that makes sense.
Sure. So he reads it and writes it down in Celestial, and you do the translation.
She's like phonetically writing it.
I like phonetically write it because I'm like very confused as to why I can hear it.
Okay, I see. So you're using the common alphabet to phonetically write out the Celestial version. Okay.
Yeah.
But then Cedric, you're also going to write out a common translation of the words.
I think I wrote it down in Celestial. I read it out loud to Kay, and then like I'm not gonna take it back from her unless I can do it. Do you want me to do a translation, or can you? So you can't. Do you want me to write down like a common translation? I can do that.
No, I think I got it. And Kay like starts writing and then has you check it.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Also, yeah, make sure. Yeah, I don't know. Let Fletcher read it. I don't know. Maybe. Fletcher, do you speak Celestial? You're muted.
Fletcher is still out in the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a call.
So if
Fletcher.
if he does come back, you'll notice that the light causes the writing to no longer be visible on the ceiling.
I explained to him about the light and the stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to speak 4K and explain the situation. I'm gonna mansplain what's going on with Kay and her whole divine touch thing. Heavily laid with my like perceived like this clearly means that Kay is touched by the divine. And then kind of like, I'm not gonna like take Kay's notebook back from her, but I'm gonna kind of like point to it and be like, I wrote this down. Take a look at it.
Good. Should we be traveling through here without this lantern on? If there's things like this in here, I can't see, so I'd have to be following along with somebody, or I'd have to like hang back from the group so that these things are visible.
Why don't you guys go on ahead and I'll go back and check some of the rooms that we've already been in.
I appreciate that you said that with your eyes closed, like you're full of existential dread.
Yeah.
There's nothing that puts a smile on the DM's face like that kind of look from a player.
Like, this is a thing that Cedric would want to do.
Okay. All right. Cool. Where are you going?
I'm gonna go back into like all of the other bedrooms that we've already been in, or that like have people, because like I haven't actually checked into any of the bedrooms, but I know like Kay and Lucanus have checked inside them, and so I just want to check in the other bedrooms. I'm not gonna check the pantry or the kitchen again.
Okay.
Not the ghost room?
I'm not gonna check the ghost room. I do think I want to do one more circuit through the library.
Okay, so you do the other bedroom that's like right here next to the one that has the writing on the ceiling. Nothing on the ceiling. You go to the other two that are in the main hallway, and you look at the ceiling. Nothing on the ceiling. Do an intelligence check for me.
That's a big ol' 5.
Maybe there's just nothing written on these, but yeah, if you want to go back to the library, you certainly can.
Yeah.
What are you guys, the rest of you, doing while Cedric is walking all the way back that hallway on his 25-foot speed legs?
You gotta follow
Cedric.
Clink.
Okay,
clink,
you guys are
clink,
following him.
clink.
Kay and Fletcher, are you also following him, or are you hanging out somewhere else?
What are you doing, Fletcher?
I think we should follow, but in order for me to be able to literally see anything down here, we're gonna have to stay. I have to stay back, so my light doesn't mess things up.
I'll like stay back with you. And Kay is like mouthing the words to herself that she wrote down because it's like it's very weird. This whole thing is very weird.
Totally.
Yeah, and so but I guess we might talk about that a little bit too if we're both staying behind. Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to RP that out, or are you?
No, because it's probably just talking about. I mean, just what were the words up there and what the
Sure.
Because I wasn't there when Cedric and Kate did that. So
Right. Yeah. Okay, Cedric, you make it all the way back into the library, and you look up at the ceiling. You don't see anything.
Dang. All right, then I'm gonna like turn around and like meet everybody coming back the other way.
Okay.
Well, so shall we keep going down this tier hallway?
So you have sort of two broad hallways that you haven't investigated yet. There's the one at the end of the main hallway, and then there's the one that turns off to the left, kind of midway down the main hallway.
Someone pick. I'm okay with either.
let's go to the end and turn, and it'll probably be like working our way back up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, if you go all the way to the end and turn to the left, you can see another hallway stretching out before you.
No doors.
So you see, as far as you and Kay can see with your light, or if you're going to continue to travel, as you walk down this hallway, Fletcher, you see there's a door to your right, and then there's a big space of hallway wall, and then it looks like there's a pair of doors, one immediately to the right and left, like across the hall from one another. And then as you continue to walk, there is, after a little bit of space, another pair of doors immediately across the hall from one another. And if you go, you can eventually see the end of the hallway, and there's another pair of doors immediately across from one another.
Should we just start busting these doors open?
Everybody take a room.
All right. This one.
That one.
I will search.
Okay.
I will search for it. I'm sure it's not locked or trapped. Got a 22.
22. That door does not appear to be trapped or locked.
Kay opens it aggressively
You
in
open
either direction.
Aggressively. It's another bedroom. I'm just gonna give you a heads up right now. None of these doors are trapped or locked.
Excellent. Just open
Can
all
I
of
go?
them.
Yeah, we're all just like taking a room.
Yeah, all six of the doorways that are like paired down the hallway turn out to be more bedrooms. If you guys would like, you can do a search check like and you just are searching like all of the rooms at the same time. That way you don't have to roll 6 times or whatever.
I will search.
Cool.
Should we
I'm
all
letting
make
people
checks?
go in these.
You can.
I'm letting people go in these rooms without me, so my light is not in the way.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody who wants to search the rooms can. What was that, Kay?
18.
18. Okay. Anybody else?
12.
12.
Aww.
No, she's very grumpy. It's her birthday, so.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, kitty!
Good
Yeah.
birthday for a beautiful black cat. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I know. Somebody should get some extra treats or something like that.
That was not a happy noise.
No, she's like, I'm so mad that you're not doing whatever I want.
Lucanus with a 4. Nautia, are you searching these rooms or are you keeping an eye out for other things?
Yeah, 8.
Ouch.
8?
Like, I
Okay.
stick my head into one of them and, like, but yeah, I'm mostly keeping an eye out.
All right, yeah. Nautia appears to be distracted, watching out for the weird things that attacked you before that you haven't seen since. Lucanus is still feeling really crappy. But Kay and Cedric, between the two of you searching these 6 rooms, you find 300 gold pieces.
Dang, all right.
Oh, yeah. Add
I
this
would
to the
expect-
bank, Fletcher.
That were just like, lost in random nooks and crannies and corners and wherever.
I would expect the cat to be happier.
Under the mattress?
Well, there aren't really mattresses left, but you know what I mean. They're just sort of scattered around, left over.
Yeah.
But
lost.
the hallway ends here.
Yes, the hallway ends at the last pair of doors.
Okay. Well, Kay is gonna go up to the front, the first tourney hall thing.
Okay, there was one more doorway in this hall that you guys
Oh.
didn't search.
That's what I was gonna ask about. Was
Yeah.
there a single door?
There is a single door that's not paired. Yeah.
Okay.
Where is it? Can you ping it?
Right here. Oops. Shoot.
They don't look like doors on my map. That you
Oh.
can't like see them.
I'm sorry.
At all. It's okay. I'm like, what door? Anyway, I'll
Sorry.
look to see if this door is locked and or trapped.
Do that.
I got a 22.
A 22. That door does not appear to be trapped or locked.
Kay opens it aggressively.
You open it aggressively, and inside you find
Oh my
a
god.
small closet with an old bucket, a heap of ancient refuse, and a broom covered in cobwebs. Don't
Custodial
you
closet.
appreciate the realism?
I do.
I have a
All
closet
right.
just like this one.
That makes me stupidly happy.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
It's like,
Kay
a school.
slams the door shut.
Nobody ever finds just like random dusty closets in.
It's like she literally just like opens it aggressively, is like, really, and then slams it shut, and then like runs up the hallway again.
What she
Cedric
doesn't
is, like,
know is that
following
that was a
behind
broom
her.
of flying. No, it's
Yeah.
not.
I feel like Cedric is following behind her and like also opens the door. It's like he didn't even get a chance to look at it before like Kay like slammed it shut. And he's like, oh yeah, right. Closes it
That
again.
he
Amazing.
just sees the broom and he's like, yeah, that makes sense. I get that.
Guys, we haven't even found the bathroom yet.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's somewhere.
We gotta go back to that hallway.
It's probably
Yeah.
we fight our way through that haunted room, and that's what we're gonna find. The
Do you
bathroom.
think they were progressive enough to have unisex bathrooms?
Maybe
I mean,
that's why the lavatory said not to use it as a lavatory, because there wasn't a lavatory in here. So they just had to use it for something.
They just pooped on the floor and magicked it away.
I mean,
Yep.
they
Thank you, guys.
could definitely J.K. Rowling everything.
Yeah.
Can I search this hallway to make sure it's not trapped?
We're back. Okay, so you're in the last hallway that goes left, sort of midway down the main hallway. Okay. Yes, you can search that hallway to see if it's trapped.
Just use your legacy.
I got
as your
a
own-
1.
You got a 1. Does not
Plus-
appear to be
oh.
trapped.
plus 8, so
Plus
9.
8.
But yeah.
Balance is maintained in the universe for all those nat 20s.
Yeah.
This does not appear to be trapped.
Excellent.
And you see it's rather short, and it stops and turns to the right.
All right. Well,
And then
I
you
follow it.
go to the end, and you see that it progresses for a little bit, and then it turns to the left.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna keep on following it.
Keep on.
Keep on going.
Keeping on. All right, you keep
Walking
on
with
going. Walking with Kay. And so can you see there's a doorway there? Okay.
Oh, yes.
So you make this sort of like left, right turn. And then hold on a second. I am lost in my notes right now. There are a lot of notes for this dungeon. Okay, so before you see a pair of broad stone double doors. Most of the doors in here have been wood, except for the secret stone door, but these are stone double doors. At the bottom of the left-hand door, there's a small trough, like built into the stone of the door, a small trough filled with square stone tiles painted either red, blue, or yellow. Above the trough on the left-hand door is a strange branching design painted in blue, with several indentations in the design that appear to be the size and shape of the tiles in the trough. On the right-hand door, there are two more designs. At the top, a triangle shape painted in red with more indentations, and at the bottom, a series of circles painted in yellow with indentations as well. It seems like you may have discovered a puzzle door, like the mother of all puzzle doors. But since we are close to the 3-hour mark, I am going to suggest that we not start the puzzle door right now.
Are you saying that it's going to take us more than 8 minutes to solve this puzzle, Sheryl?
Yes. Also,
based on your extensive knowledge of us as players?
Well, yes, but also these puzzles are really cool and I'm very proud of them. And so I'm actually going to change our Twitch screen so that when we play next time and you guys do the puzzles, the audience will be able to see the puzzles as well. Because
that's awesome.
hate it when people do, like, a lot of DMs who stream games or, like, do games as podcasts, like, actual plays, you don't put puzzles in because puzzles, like, the group takes a really long time deliberating over them and it's really boring for the audience because they can't see the puzzle and can't, like, work on it themselves very easily. So I want to make sure that our audience, at least the people watching either the live Twitch or the YouTube video, can actually see the components of the puzzle and try to figure it out for themselves. So we will do that next time.
This is great because I was about to be like, I need a visual for this.
Yeah, no, there are.
Yes,
I would have, like, drawn
visuals.
it.
Yeah, no, I absolutely made visuals both for you guys to use. They're on Roll20, but I will also, I'm going to put the Roll20 version of the puzzle visible on the screen for our audience as well so that you can all puzzle together. Yeah, puzzles are... The riddle was okay, Qui-Gon, you're right. The riddle was okay, but puzzles are hard. So, yeah. And, as a spoiler, these puzzles are science-y.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
that could mean literally anything.
Have lots of science next time. I'm very excited. I'm extremely proud of these puzzles. I made them up out of my own brain, so...
Yay!
I'm very excited. So yeah, thank you ever so much to, wow, we had a lot of people watching us today. Thank you so much to Qui-Gon, Bowers, War Yoshi, other people I see who have either been in the chat or who are just watching, Atten, Biker Dave, Commander Root, Delara, sorry if I'm not reading some of these correctly, Lurks, Need Him, Tananjang, Teal, and Thicker. Thank you all so much for watching. We really appreciate you being here. If you guys have any questions for the cast, we've got a few minutes, so if you have questions about what we do or whatever, we can hang out for a minute. But I also know that, Transplanar, is another RPG channel. They're doing like a 12-hour Halloween stream. And then also our friend Nikki, who was our most recent guest, she's going to be playing in a Halloween one-shot on the GM's Table channel on Twitch this evening, basically at like the time when our show ends, so at 9 Eastern. So we can either go raid Transplanar right now, or we can hang out for a few minutes and go raid the GM's Table. So I'll let you guys decide who we should go raid. But they're both cool channels doing good stuff today. So, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, let us know.
Do we have to go raid somebody? If we go raid somebody, we will lose our video feed, right? So we can't answer any questions.
Right. So basically, like, yeah, once I hit the raid thing, it'll send us and all of our audience who choose to participate in the raid over to that other Twitch channel. So, yeah. If you have questions, we can answer them. Otherwise, you're free to leave, or you can hang out with us and we'll go raid someone. Either way. Any questions?
If we don't have any questions, I vote transplanar.
Okay.
Anybody, any
Yeah.
dissenting opinions?
Awesome. Yeah. Transplanar, if you folks aren't familiar, it's a channel that is all LGBTQ, mostly trans players. It's POC run. They run a anti-colonialist sort of, super woke channel of video games and a D&D game. They're super cool. Connie, the DM, is amazing. So yeah, let's go raid Transplanar, but thank you again ever so much for watching us. We will be starting our charity streams. There won't be any streams tomorrow, but tomorrow is the 1st of November, so you can check out our Twitch or Twitter for the link to our Tiltify campaign to donate to the CDC's foundation, or the CDC Foundation's COVID relief efforts. And then I will be streaming Stardew Valley on Monday afternoon. I'm going to start a new game of Stardew Valley. Y'all voted on Twitter for me to build a wilderness farm. And I'm asking a few more questions on Twitter about how I should play the game, so you can go vote for that stuff. And then we've got a whole bunch of other things. Let me find my calendar real quick. There's a whole bunch of other streams happening this month, which is awesome. So on Tuesday, friend of the channel, Sarah, will be streaming for the first time. She's going to be playing Life and Death, which is a surgery simulator game, I guess. So that'll be really cool. Thursday is Joe Plays Pokemon. Next Saturday, Ryan and I will be in a one-shot with 2 special guest scientists and the creator of the game World of Wilderveer. I've played in one session of that game and it's super adorable. So you folks should definitely come check out the World of Wilderveer stream next Saturday. And then after that, Emily will be doing her normal The Last of Us Part 2 stream with zombies and fungus and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot going on. In November, please hang out with us when you can and donate to the CDC Foundation if you are able. But we appreciate you all being here. Happy Halloween. Stay safe. Stay strong. And let's go raid Transplanar.
And vote.
All right, let's go.
Vote.
Pow.
And vote.
Start raid.
And vote. Yes, vote.
And vote.
Vote.
I voted from Ecuador and it was a pain in the butt and it cost me $50. So if I can freaking vote, you can vote.
Yeah.
$50.
Yep.
All right.
Wow.
Let's and we're
I just
raiding.
had to send something in through the mail.
Cool.